Hey, Railbirds, Kevin here. Here we go with the finals of the Silver Division Scotch Doubles here at the 2019 Western BCA 9-Ball Championship. Entering the battle arena, Scott Cummings and Florine Shale-Bergstrom. They are on the A side. Brian Burkett and Patty Mitchell coming through the B side. This is true double elimination. Scott Cummings and Flo Shale-Bergstrom must be beat twice. I would like to give a shout out to our sponsors. Thank you very much for your support. Hustlin' USA Clothing Company, Savage Billiard Apparel, Q Sports International, Players Club Limited, Catfish Lou's and Legends Billiard Room, Players Sports Bar and Grill, YCCS Collections, and McDermott Hughes. Thank you for your support. We are coming at you live from the Chinook Winds Casino Resort here on the Oregon coast. Beautiful Lincoln City, Oregon. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember to hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you know when we go live. This is the finals, so share. Share like it's kindergarten.
Share, like, and describe.
And describe, yes. Describe to your friends how awesome we are. All right, let's go over the rules real quick here. We are playing mostly CSI rules 9-ball. The main deviation is it's going to be a rack for your opponent instead of rack your own. It is alternate break. The 9-ball counts on the break as a win in all 6 pockets out there. Jump cues are allowed, and 3-foul rule is in effect. We are your hosts, Kevin Ross, Summerfield Habner. How you doing, Summerfield?
Hey, doing good. 2 finals in a row here.
2 finals in a row.
It's exciting. You guys got another finals on your other channel?
Yep, this is today's finals day. We got all kinds of finals. So what are these teams playing for? I think Silver Division, Silver Division is the biggest division, has the most money.
Yes, it is.
$2,000 for first place these guys are playing for. These aren't pro players. They're just your local average league players playing for $2,000.
It's a
How
pretty
awesome
good
is
payout
that?
for a non-pro player, I tell you what.
Even if you lose, you're getting $1,300.
Yeah,
That's not a bad deal.
It's a $670 set. That's the way I always look at it. Is one way or the other, you're walking out of here with $1,330. But everybody wants that $2,000, $1,000 a piece. That's pretty exciting.
Love it. Love it.
So it looks like Scott and Florine went straight through, right?
Yep, they are on the A side, sitting in the hot seat. They must be beat twice. We are playing true double elimination.
And Brian and Patricia fought back from the bottom.
Yep. She goes by Patty.
Patty? Okay.
Patty Mitchell. All right, that Fargo rate you see at the bottom of the screen, that is the average of the 2 players. So Scott Cummings, he's a 546. Flo Shale-Bergstrom, she's a 329. Gives him an average of 438. Brian Burkett, he is a 497. Patty Mitchell, she is a 366. Gives them the average of 432.
That Fargo rate, that's a description of how these players rate Fargo, correct?
How they rate Fargo, North Dakota. It's
exactly.
Like, I'd give it a C-.
487.
All right, that is Brian Burkett with the break. All right, got the ball down. Got to look at the 1, but, man, jacked up over the 9, and that 1's on the rail. Yeah, no gift here.
That's something I've noticed with a lot of the lower divisions is they don't use the magic rack. They don't want anything to do with it. And, I mean, that's a great break. You pocketed a couple balls. You still got a shot on the 1, but that magic rack makes things so much more predictable.
I mean, a 9-ball with the magic rack on a 7-foot diamond, it's almost like cheating because, like, you're guaranteed to make a ball, like, every time, and all you got to do is play position on the 1, basically.
Do you dislike the magic rack also?
I love it when I get to use it. I love it when I'm using it. I hate it when my opponent's using it.
Do you elect to use it when you're playing?
As often as possible.
Yep. Yeah.
Why would you say no to making a ball on the break every time?
Absolutely. Do you feel the same about jump cues?
I own, I think, 2 or 3 of them.
Yep. What's your favorite?
The The one made by the rocket scientist, Ernie Amori.
Man, he is awesome. I got an opportunity to talk to Ernie the other night for a couple hours, and he is just a wealth of knowledge, some really cool, unique ideas, and his cues are just, they're unparalleled.
He does make
really,
a
really
he
cool.
does make a nice cue, and he likes to experiment with things. He's the ultimate scientist. He likes to experiment. He likes to do new and unusual things.
The weighted shaft just blows me away. I'll never get over it. It's so cool.
Yeah, he swears like 5 pounds in the front of the cue, but man, they play good.
I was up 4-1 on him, and he came back and beat me in Saratoga. I blame that cue.
All right, we have Scott Cummings at the table.
Scott coming to the table here. He's got a good shot on the 1 ball. Not fun to try and hold for the 2 ball, but it looks like he's going to jack up and fire this one.
Oh, he got on the 2, but just missed that one.
That's a really nice shot almost. If it goes in.
That's a really nice shot almost.
I'm looking down the line here, and it looks like there's room to combo this 8 ball.
Let's have a look at that LittmanLights.com overhead cam.
Man, is that cool.
Thanks, Mike Littman.
So see how it completely looks like the 7's in the way, and there definitely was room. It's almost as though...
I blame Mike Littman for that. It's his fault.
For my optical issues. It's usually part of the optics solution. Boy, but this is tough. And that's one of the hard things about shooting combos of balls in pockets is it's so easy for that ball to just nudge and roll onto the rail, and you didn't have a pocket for this ball.
All right, about a half ball hit, bank the 1 towards the 5, try to get the skew ball 2 rails back up under this 2-7 area.
She's looking at firing it. I like playing this shot in the opposite side 3 rails.
Oh, the old back and
1,
forth.
2,
Boom, boom, boom.
3. Man.
You bank it wide and it then reverses.
And I even make it 4% of the time.
That much? 4, huh? 4%?
I would imagine.
If
you give me 4-1 odds, I'll take the bet. Yeah, I think you're right, though. You got to play off the right side of this 1 ball.
I will give you 4-1 odds on you making that shot, and we'll set them up. We'll keep shooting them over and over. I'll be raking in the dough.
Can I make it in either side pocket?
No, you said 3 rails, so it's got to be exactly as you called it. 3 rails back and forth.
I think she was trying to make that ball. Oh, if it's just 1 shot at it, I need more than 4-1.
Use many times as you want. We'll keep setting
I was
it up
saying
over and
4% of the time. I was saying for every 25 shots, I'm going to make 1. So
Oh.
I'll take that bet for sure. I don't even need odds. I'll take it straight across. I have 25 shots to make it once.
That's very generous of you. I feel kind of like a jerk for turning that down.
I'm down. I'm down here. I gotta fight my money back. Oh, that's tough. Just undercut that ball a little bit, and that's especially in these more lower divisions. You see the nerves become a factor, and everybody's just kind of got to get comfortable. So see these guys coming into a big pressure situation. There's the cameras hanging over them. They know they're playing for a bunch of money, and nerves get in the way for a little while. But I'm interested to see these guys fall into their game and shoot some good pool.
Even though he's lined up straight at this side pocket, that is a small, tight pocket from this angle. This is that's a tough shot to shoot this one on the side.
You got to shoot this nice and easy.
That's
just like that.
Very tough shot.
It's a great try. And unfortunately, that does open up the corner pocket there.
Yeah, these are pretty wide open. 2 to the 3 is going to be key here.
Scott coming to the table, and he shot that first ball pretty confidently.
Yeah, this is not the first time Scotty and Flo have been on the TV table. They were on the TV table yesterday. And
oh, yeah?
Yeah, they played together as a team pretty well. Yeah, I think they were on the, I think it was the hot seat match, or maybe the match before the hot seat.
I'm not a fan of hitting this too hard. I like to just roll this. You got easy shape on the 2 ball, just like that. You just don't want to get straight.
Yeah, this is perfect angle.
You just got to make sure you don't hit that 7. You got to get between the 7 ball and the side pocket coming off that rail. If you hit that 7,
just clip the
things
7.
can happen.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Ugh.
All right, ball in hand for Patty Mitchell.
And this is looking pretty good for the out. Hopefully she can get back on that same side of the table for the 5 ball.
Yeah. When a ball is out in the middle of the table, like where that 5 is, those are kind of tricky to play position on.
Yep. Yeah, 4 inches can mean a whole lot at that point, depending on how close you get to the ball. I have a tendency to get way too close to the ball, and all of a sudden, those inches become really big.
Yeah, and that kind of takes away a lot of your options.
Yeah. What do you think she's doing? One rail and back out. Well, there you go. Probably ran it a little bit short, but there's plenty of angle.
Yeah, Brian's
one way or the
gonna.
other.
Yeah, Brian's gonna have to move this cue ball a bit.
Do you like taking it in that upper right-hand corner pocket, playing forward?
Yeah, absolutely.
Got a nice line to get back on that side of the table. Ooh, he wishes he could have pushed forward a little bit more. You don't want to be shooting that ball that long.
Yeah, and, he just shot that just a little bit too much, low ball, just a little bit higher in the cue ball. Cue ball would have come around 2 rails right at the 7, real nice. So just a little higher on the cue ball would have been perfect.
And again, she doesn't have to do too much here.
Just make
the
ball. Be the ball.
No.
That movie's like 100 years old, but it's still a classic.
Gunga. Gunga la gunga. It never gets old. We've been watching movies on mute in the bar because we're listening to music the whole time, and Caddyshack's a pretty great mute movie. Yeah, my only concern here is hitting it with too much top and just rolling right on top of that 9 ball. I either want to hit it soft enough that it stays on that side, or I want to hit it firm enough that it comes across. And it's pretty easy to come back to the center of the table and leave a steep cut on that 9.
Yeah, I'm not hitting this hard. I'm just hitting it hard enough to make it.
And accepting your cut?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she hit a little too much of that ball. Carried a little too far, but she's left a tough shot here.
You're going to miss it. That's the way to do it. Leave it tough.
Cutting this ball or banking it? Or are you playing safe?
Why do you always have to ask me the tough questions?
I don't know the answer to the tough ones.
From here, I mean, you can play the 7 in the cue ball like on the left and right side rails, like rail to rail there, but the 7 over on that left side rail, cue ball to the right side rail.
You don't try to hit it and get back behind the 9?
From here, that for someone with a frogger rate 200 points higher than what his is, that's a tough shot. So that's tough.
Yeah. Oh, I still try it, though. I just hit it way too hard, and then the 7 ball comes with it. Went for the bank shot, and I like that. A good aggressive play early on.
When the safety's that tough, might as well just go for the shot.
And it looks like Brian and Patty are poised to strike first. Brian's probably going to hit this with a little draw. You really don't want to overdraw this and create a steeper angle, but just like that, oh man, perfect shape on that 9 ball. That's a tough miss. All right, Florine here. She's probably going to draw back. I guess she could push through this. She's got a little bit of an angle. Drawing back is scary. You're drawn right at that big side pocket.
Yeah, that does make people nervous. So she says.
I think that's smart. Even though you got a sharp angle here.
All right, I made mine.
Yep, you go ahead. And go ahead he will. Scott coming up. And, yeah, to help him settle in. This is a thin cut. It's easy to miss, but I like to play the shot nice and firm.
Oh, yeah. Nice shot, Scotty.
Very good shot. Yep, play it side to side like that. You don't worry about the cue ball. Just don't let it get towards the corner or the side.
That puts them 25% of the way to $2,000.
Yep, race to 4.
Race to 4 for $2,000. Wow.
Man, that's quick.
That's some crazy action.
Really quick.
That's some crazy action, isn't it? Race to 4
totally
for $2,000.
Is. And you only get to play half that,
Yeah, you only shoot every other shot. It's like you're playing a race to 2 for $2,000, or a race to 2 for $1,000, I guess. they'll be splitting it. But
Yep, no magic rack. I just can't get over that.
yeah, this division has the most money in the shortest race.
That's wild. That
It
is
is.
good, heavy action for sure.
That's excitement right there is what that is.
I'll bet you see a lot more 9-ball breaks here.
Because
Every-
they're not using the magic rack.
And because they're hitting the ball hard. You see very, very few of the upper division players hitting the ball this hard.
Yeah, because you don't have to, because they know how to make the wing ball.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good control break. You see that 9-ball pushing towards the corner?
A little bit, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, safe.
Oh, man, safety break.
Yeah,
Can't beat that.
Dry break and hooked.
What are you doing here? Are you kicking one rail at that one?
Heck no.
Oh, you're going to push. All right, smart 9-ball player guy.
Really, you're kicking at this, man. I
No,
really want to play you now.
I will continue to reassure you that you totally want to play me. But, yeah, I make bad decisions, for sure. Played some kicks last night, and I was playing to 4, and I ran my first 3 kicks. That was pretty awesome.
Nice, nice.
But that doesn't happen very often. Sherry Ross showing up and donating some money. That's awesome. Yeah, you got to push out on this. I think she knows that's an option.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide where you want to where to push out to here. I mean, you can't even. Call a push out and knock the 9 out of the way, which is what I'd really like to do, but you can't even get to the 9.
She's kicking at this ball. So it.
All right, well then I'm going to take ball in hand and shoot at this 1-9 then. It's
Yeah.
possible.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
At this point. And the rules change so frequently in Scotch doubles. I think a lot of people don't realize that you can coach the entire time. You can say whatever you'd like. You just can't approach the table. I think
that's absolutely right. Absolutely.
A lot of these players are afraid to interrupt somebody's shot. They don't want to startle the person. And it's nice to see that kind of sportsmanship, but you definitely want to be able to remind your teammate, hey, we can push out here.
Right.
That would have been the move there.
That's right. Communication is allowed.
Don't do like Summerfield. Try and kick that ball. But to be honest, what kind of odds do you want to bet on making this 9-ball? I'll give you 4-1 again that she doesn't make it.
So are you betting? So I'm getting the 4-1 odds, but am I betting that she's going to make it or not make it?
You're betting she's going to make it.
And I'm getting 4-1.
Uh-huh.
All right, all right.
Oh.
So I lost that, so I owe you $1.
No, wait, the other way.
No, I said I was getting 4. You said I was getting 4-1.
Oh yeah, so you owe me $1. All right, you're right.
Wow, you really are bad at gambling, aren't you?
I really am. So now I'm up $2, or I'm down 3, depending on how you want to look at it. I'm terrible at this. Usually I like to do things I'm good at, but not with this. Not with gambling. Just creating action here.
All right, enough of that nonsense.
Oh.
Left this in a very tough spot.
Yeah, this
Does
is
he get
the fun
the-
kick.
What's he? Okay, I couldn't tell if he was going for his jump cue or not, because that's a pretty tough
That's a
jump
tricky
there.
jump. Kick's there.
The chat room is urging you to quit while you're only a little bit behind.
I never will quit. Yeah, I think this is 2-rail kick. A little bit of right English past that 8-ball. Yep, just
Is
like,
it-
get it off.
Man.
So close. Boy, and that 3-9 is looming pretty large right there.
Yeah, and I like the billiard because the 1 ball and then from the 2 ball, that's going to set you up perfect for like a 3-9 billiard. So I like the billiard on the 3-9,
Uh-huh.
given where that 2 ball is.
I do too. All right. So she looks pretty straight on this 1 ball. Probably just going to roll that 1 in, leave long on the 2. We'll see what she chooses to do. Oh, I was thinking the 7 was the cue ball. Sorry, I forgot that was a foul. I think I'd rather have her set up and go forward and come back for the 2 than try and draw it.
So like shooting the one in the side and rolling up, is that what you mean? Or how are you thinking?
Just line up a little left of where, or a little to the right of where she's at.
I got you. So follow to the end rail and back up.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I just don't want to be stretched out and having her shoot a draw stroke from that far away, or leaving herself a longer shot than she's comfortable with and trying to draw that. Yeah, that long bridge, that just scares the heck out of me.
Yeah, that's makes me nervous.
It's a good shot, though.
This is fine. A stop shot on the 2 is fine because that'll leave you just about a dead billiard on the 9. So a stop shot on the 2 is okay, actually.
She played that smart, too. You don't want to overstroke that ball. Just
you don't want to miscue there and do something.
It's going to be her shooting the carom, though, so it's all about what she's comfortable with. Wow.
Wow, he put a stroke on that ball, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Hold up, sugar.
All right, well, she's going to be shooting the combo. And
just
wow,
about,
look at where he got her.
Man.
Wow. What a stroke he put on that ball.
I'm looking at it, and it's not down the line, but it's there.
Yeah, it's not a dead combo, but when you're this close, it makes it a lot easier to get an accurate hit.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got a good chance to make this ball. The nice thing about this, too, is that you can kind of set it up so the 3 is going to drift up towards the 5 ball, and you can probably get a secondary safe out of it. She might not be thinking about that. I think a lot of people just go all offensive here, and that's probably the right move. Let's see what she chooses to do.
Yeah, I'm not worried about any of that other stuff. I'm just concentrating on making this 9 and not scratching with the cue ball.
But look at the path of that 3. It's just going right up by that 9.
Oh, just overcut it just a hair.
Yep. It was close. And she did need to cut it quite a bit.
She did, yeah. She absolutely needed to cut that ball. And she just barely overcut it.
Man, this isn't an easy transition either.
No, that 4 is, I think the 4 goes to that upper left, but that is really tight.
Yeah, I really can't tell.
If that 4 does not go to the upper left, then they got some figuring to do.
Got a decent safe option. I think a lot of people are looking at that 9 ball just because it looks like you got natural contact going, but that doesn't mean it naturally falls in the pocket.
Yeah, and then if you don't make the 9, then you might be hooked on the behind the 5. You have no look at the 4.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I think she was looking at it too.
She was, but she made the 3 and
got a look.
Left her partner a shot at the 4. At least to look at the 4. I don't know if the 4 has enough room. That is so close.
Man, if he can see enough of this to just slide over, hit this firm and slide over just a little bit behind the 8.
Yeah, from this angle, it looks like the 4 goes.
Yeah, I think you're right. If it looks like it barely doesn't go, it goes.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned about this camera.
That's what I've learned about this camera angle, too.
Because that 6 looks in the path, but I don't think it is. Yeah, he's lining up like it goes.
No, he didn't like it. Just playing safe. And, all right, has not left a shot other than a combination or
yeah, did so really well. What do you like, the combo or the bank?
I don't like the combination. I know that much.
Just because it's offline?
Yeah, that's a tough combination. I don't really like the bank that much either because it's kind of off angle a little, like your cue ball's going the wrong way. You got that 8 ball in the way. Might just play safe behind this. Just duck behind the 7.
Yeah?
I think I'm just ducking here.
He's banking this ball. Gets it.
It's in. It's in.
Drills that Z bank.
And
gosh.
There's a shot.
Hopefully he can teach me that Z later.
He hit the window. He hit the window. Nice shot there.
That's awesome.
Nice shot there, Brian.
Yeah, terrific.
He got a little lucky with the 2 rail, but he made sure that the cue ball came out for a shot on the 5.
Yes. So cool. That was Lori Dawkins and John Letzum. They are
the Gold Division Scotch
Doubles champions.
Congratulations.
So cool.
It took them 2 sets to do it, but they got there.
Yeah. So they had the point and
They
then
had
got the
yes.
second one.
Yep, they were on the A side.
Man,
They lost the first set and then won the second set.
that's tough too. You got 2 chances to win, but I mean, when you get beat that first set, that the pressure is on for sure. And that was a big money one too. I just saw the size of that check. It's great.
Was it one of those Happy Gilmore size checks? You know, the big one you stick in the back seat of the car.
Not quite that big. I like it though. Oh, and they're thrilled. They're a great couple. Really, really strong players.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's nice to see that.
So that was gold. Let's see, what did gold? Oh, gold is 2030.
2030.
That was bigger.
Yeah.
That was bigger than the silver. I thought the silver was the biggest, but the gold was.
Ooh, man. Boy, that's a touchy shot there. She drilled it.
That's nicely done. Nerves of steel.
Nerves of steel. He can go either direction here. He can roll this forward or just punch this ball. I can tell he likes to hit a full draw stroke when he's hitting these. So
absolutely, yeah. You can go forward. You can go high ball or low ball there.
Ooh.
Either one would have worked, whichever you feel better about.
He didn't, though. He shot that one softer than I thought he would. But, I mean, left her perfect. That was a roadmap to get out. This one gets a little more complicated.
Yeah, I got to get back up for that 7.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm going to ask my partner to try and get back for that 7. Wow, drills it.
She's a shot maker.
Yeah, that was a terrific shot. And he comes to the table. This is a rough one. We did see him try a bank earlier. I think he's probably going to try to bank this. He also has a pretty easy safe behind that 8 ball. So, you think you're playing behind the 8? Are you cutting it?
No,
Cuts there,
like. I'm more in favor of behind the 8.
Yeah. What do you think about cutting the 7 nice and thin towards the upper left corner pocket and bringing the cue ball around?
Yeah, that's an option, but from that distance, it's really tough. But
Doubles,
you got double. You got the 8 and the 9. You could both hide behind.
Yeah.
And this is just set up perfect for Patty.
Tricky thing about this is you just don't want to overrun it. You either want to overrun it intentionally and get on top of that 8 ball, or you want to stay beneath it down there. But you got to hit that ball pretty soft, and it still is a cut shot. It might be close to the pocket, but let's see what she chooses to do.
Hey, Squirty, it's your dad giving you the shout out. Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sorry, that might have been a little bit loud. I didn't adjust the volume first. That was Scotty giving a shout out.
Scotty trying to make the kiddo proud. Shooting good pool here. He had to shoot a lot of good pool to get to this place, man. I don't think people realize how big these fields are and what a challenge it is just to get to this match. So some good pool played to get here and some more happening right now. That's a nice shot if it goes in.
Nicely done.
Beautiful. Here we go. And Patty trying to make it 1-1 here. I mean, this is just exactly what you want to be shooting on the 9 ball, but it's funny how difficult this shot can be.
Yeah, I mean, when you're at your local pool room, just banging balls around, you'll make this. You'll make this 9 ball 95 out of 100 times. Yeah. But all of a sudden, put 2 grand on it, and that pocket just got a lot smaller.
It's a different story.
Remember, this race to 4
that she's taking her time,
this
nice
is
and easy.
basically race to 4 for 2 grand. Remember that.
Oh my gosh, that is a tough miss. She did get fortunate. She left it on the rail, and it's a steep enough angle that you're not cutting this ball unless you're going rail first. The bank is there, but again, with it being on the rail, the percentage goes down dramatically. I got $1 that says Brian and Patty win this game. I think the tendency is to try and fire this ball and you end up getting yourself in trouble. She's got to come with something here.
Get in there.
Oh,
is it in? Is it in?
It's in the pocket. No way. I love that 3-railer.
All right. Scotty and Flo halfway to 2 grand.
Could have had another dollar of mine. Just laying him out there. Gamble field.
All right, 2-0 in this race to 4.
Hank says if she pulls her glasses down, she got it. That's funny. Man, yeah, being down 2-0, race to 4, that's a tough spot to be. They know they got to turn it around here. Let's see how they respond. Still no magic rack. I'm never going to get over it. But I know when I was playing Scotch doubles, I changed my breakup. There were a couple points where I got a little antsy and tried to snap the 9.
All right, Brian Burkett with the break. He's made a ball.
It's a
and
good
we're
break.
gonna get a shot on the 1. We're gonna get a shot on the 1. Well, we got to look at the 1.
It's not the shot he wanted, but
At least they can see the 1.
it's a shot. Yeah, for sure. I kind of like overcutting this 1 ball on the top side of the 5 and coming straight up table. So cue ball goes on top of the 5 and then back to the center of the table. Cue ball comes back by the 9. Hopefully beneath it. How about you? Play the combo?
That's not a bad shot. Another way is you can bank the 1 straight up the middle of the table and let the cue ball go to the side rail and back across.
Yeah, yeah. That just puts the 1 up by the 9 ball.
Just shoot the 1-5 combo and run them out.
Yep. There you go. It really is pretty simple. I mean, you just don't miss.
Just put the balls in the holes. That's all you got to do, right?
Funny, the better people play, the easier it looks. And
They make it look easy, don't they?
yes, they do.
All right, she was going
That's
for
a
that
good try.
combo. Avoids the scratch and gets a safety out of it. All right, that works.
Totally.
That worked out.
Fortune favors the bold. I say it a lot, and it's crazy how often you get rewarded for taking a shot. It also, the fates will make you pay for it as well, but. Can one rail kick this with some English?
He's got his jump cue out.
Jump
We're going
cue's out?
airborne.
All right.
We're going airborne. All right, flight plan is filed. He's taxiing out onto the runway.
What's the flight plan, though? Are you
Waiting
trying to
for-
jump bank this?
Yep.
Trying to Sheldon LeBeau this right in the corner? Trying to Liz Cole?
Going for the Liz Cole maneuver, I think.
Liz Cole.
All right, we have clearance from the tower.
We have liftoff. Oh, my
Boom.
gosh. Toe drilled it. What a
and,
shot.
And shape on the 2, but getting back to that
Scotty,
3.
baby.
That was a nice shot.
That's awesome.
And shape on the 2, but man, getting to that 3 is going to be tough. All they're going to have is,
Yeah.
Scotty's going to have is a bank on this 3 if she makes this 2. Yeah, just ride the 9.
Now's the time. The 9 goes. It looks pretty close to wired off that 7.
No, it's lined up to the bottom rail. It's not lined up to the pocket.
There
So
you go. I think that's what Scotty's saying. Just make that ball. You just play separation safe here.
Yeah, there's no bank here. Yeah,
So when you're
both of these bottom pockets are blocked, so there's no bank.
yeah,
All you can do is play safe.
when you're shooting the shot, are you thinking about a half ball hit? Are you thinking about the center of the cue ball going straight to the outside edge of that ball, so they both separate an equal distance, and you try to just time the shot for the cue ball to go behind the 5 ball?
Yeah, that's a good way to look at that. Absolutely.
I think that CTE stuff makes you think about things in a little different way, and it's a really helpful tool. I can't use it for an aiming mechanism, but that's a great way to do it too. Just
going
get that
2
cue
ways,
ball
just
behind
going
the 8.
2 rails into the backside of the 8.
Yeah. Slick. Considering the jump here, I don't think he's going to settle on the jump. It's very dartable, but I can't full jump cue jump that. I'd be going to my dowel. Like he's kicking. I don't like the kick into the side rail. I would much rather kick into the head rail and hit that 3.
Yeah, I'd be kicking it to head rail. I mean, you can definitely get a good hit going this way. It's just it's real hard to get a good outcome. If you go to the head rail, you can make the 3 in the side. If you don't make the 3 in the side, you can bank the 3 down to this bottom
Ooh.
rail for a safe.
Yeah.
A lot of good things can happen by kicking that to the end rail.
Yeah.
It's hard to get a good outcome by kicking at the side rail.
That 8-ball's just so big. It feels so big on a tight angle like that when you're that close to the rail. And whatever you're doing with the cue ball is so emphasized when you're that close to the rail kicking into it. Well, good opportunity here. She's got a couple open pockets, but I think she's looking at the combo.
Yeah, I think both of those corner pockets are blocked. I think she's going to have to go to one of these other pockets.
I would much rather have her play that long and into the
Does
into the lower.
Does the 3 pass the 4? Yeah, the 3 does pass the 4.
No.
It does pass, but it's like 3/4 of a pocket.
It doesn't. That's crazy.
No, it goes. I mean, I would rather shoot it to one of the other pockets just because there's more room, but I mean, I know why she wants to go this way because she wants the cue ball going at the 4.
The other pocket's still wide open. I understand that and I mean she's going straight at that 4 ball, so it's carrying right to the position she wants.
Yeah. It does pass barely.
Yeah, it's tricky. You start cutting these diamond pockets into pieces, and they shrink up real quick. Well, a heck of an attempt. That's a hard shot right there. And
Brings
looks like
Patty Mitchell to the
Patty
table.
to the table. Sure how Patty will try to play this. You play this with a little bit of outside, and you got pretty natural shape coming up behind the 4 ball.
I'm playing. Yeah, play position for the 4 in the same pocket as the 3, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, just
a little softer. Come on,
little
harder.
firm.
Little harder, that's what I meant. There it is.
All right.
And she's left Brian a tester here. Yeah, I mean, you step up and fire this with low outside. You got a good chance of getting back on that 5 ball. You're not going to scratch from that angle. But, man, it's tough. Also play with this with some center ball. And, yeah, I don't really like that. I think I'm going to fire this. Low left, get to that side rail. Ooh, there you go. Looks like that 7 ball was dead on. Get out there. There you go. It's got a piece of it.
Yeah, she can cut this in. It's cuttable. Ginsu that ball in.
Do you hit this ball nice and soft and try and play the 5 in the same pocket, or do you come across twice?
I think you got to go back and forth.
I like that too. You just want to make sure you're not playing it with outside, as a lot of people tend to do, because then that side pocket starts coming into play.
And even if you don't end up in the side pocket, you're going to end up with just a much longer shot to the 5 than you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to just miss the 5 on the way back. Caught it just a hair too full.
Just barely. No, it's kind of a tricky one right here. Scotty came up to ask whether or not there's a game marked up there, but there hasn't been a game won. It's not really our place to interfere, and it'll be interesting to see what they decide, because there hasn't been a game won by Brian and Patricia yet. Scotty's saying that they think there was a 9-ball combo. I know there was a 9-ball combo played earlier, but I know it didn't go in because I bet money against it and won for a change. That's, yeah, a rarity. It looks like we're going to the review, and this is really rare. It'd be nice if we had the ability to always do that replay. I played at a great place called Gorilla Billiards down in Las Vegas where they had the replay. at all times, and it's really awesome to be able to do that. But the fact is, we can't do that for all the tables, and it will definitely slow down play. We'd be going to replays all the time, and the majority of these things can be settled between the two players, and it kind of makes sportsmanship a necessity. If you're not able to work out with your opponent, except the extenuating circumstances, the majority of these things, then maybe you're in the wrong room playing pool. We all try and be as friendly as humanly possible in this game, and even though these guys are real competitive, we try to play like gentlemen and gentlewomen and do our best. Kevin doing the fastest replay I've ever seen. All fast fingers here. Scotty making that 9-ball. That goes to 1-0. We can. Who broke? Oh, I'll just not interrupt him. He's busy enough. So yeah, the only 9-ball combo that was taken by Scotty's team. Yeah, because she does try this 9-ball combo, but the 9 doesn't go. Well, they'll get this work out. Again, I have to say, from all the times that I've played pool and had somebody from the outside interfere with advice or the way it should go, even a rules question, it never really seems to work out. It's always better when the two players are able to work it out themselves, and if they can't, that's the time to call a referee and make that decision. These referees are volunteers. They do a whole lot of work for absolutely nothing, but they also make good calls. And they don't always make perfect calls, but they're going to be as honest as they possibly can be, make the best decision. And, yeah, we're going to find out the score's right. I'm positive. Because, yeah, this is the current game. 2-0. Kevin wears a lot of hats. Now he can start wearing some stripes too. And these players will be able to review this tape later, and they'll be able to see that that's the case. There was an attempt at a combo. So just want to reassure these players that we did review this entire thing. Kevin did it in 5-second bursts. We watched through the whole thing, and we are playing game 3. The score is 0-2. There were a couple 9-ball attempts. They're still having a little bit of discussion about the way to proceed. Boy, and that's hard, you know. I really feel for him at this point. When you think you're at 2-1, you realize you're down 2-0. That's a tough spot to be in. But hopefully we can settle this all down and we can answer it with pool, and that's the best thing for all of us. Scotty stepped on the table, and it's tough to come back to the table after a discrepancy like that. I have a tendency to try and push through this and get caught up behind the 8, but I think the way to shoot this is with low outside, not too much low. So shooting with a little bit of low left, just enough low to get yourself past that 5 ball and shoot the 5 in the same pocket. Ooh. Well, it didn't roll into the pocket, but left a kind of a tricky way to get back for the 5 ball. Not sure what she'll do here. Patty's got, I don't think she'll jack up. I think she might play this nice and soft and leave him for the 5 in the side. I do that a lot. I also miss the 5 in the side a lot. So I think best bet is to play this nice and soft and not force it. Force it, you can get yourself in trouble, leave a tough angle. You know you got an easy shot on that side. Get that a little more firm than probably wanted to, but it's a great shot up there in the corner.
Brian was swearing he made a combination. He must be thinking of a different match or something. But
yeah,
I just went through and watched the whole match basically twice, beginning to end, and I didn't see it.
Well, we're definitely in game 3, and I know the combo that they're thinking of. Well, maybe not, because the combo they're thinking of.
I mean, there was that second game when they were taking swings at the 9, but no one ever made it.
When he had that 7-9, he played that combo, but he comboed his object ball into the 9 ball into the 7 and drilled the 7, but it wasn't the 9.
Right.
But they're about to get that game here. So if she just plays straight through this ball, pops right up for that 9 ball in the corner, they're going to be on the board at 2-1. The thing I don't want to do here is overhit it and get yourself in a tweener position, or just miss this ball. You just want to make sure you pocket that ball and try and push back up table. It's a good shot. Probably want to be a little off the rail. Anytime you're shooting on the rail, it's going to make it trickier for your partner. I do everything that I can to not do that, and I would say I do it probably 60% of the time.
Nice
That's a
shot,
great
Brian.
shot.
That was, especially seeing as how the emotions
Man.
are a little high right now. Brian just feels like he got robbed out of a game,
Totally, that's huge.
and to be able to come with that 9 ball there, that's a nice shot there, Brian.
Yeah, it's hard to not let that get in your head.
Totally.
And now it's been marked. We're at 2-1. Yeah, way to work through that. Yeah, I am really impressed with making that 9 ball. That's a tester shot no matter what, especially after a discrepancy
I would
like
have had
that.
a hard time making it after a discrepancy like that, and
Yeah,
feeling like I got robbed out of a game because he feels like he got robbed out of a game. But
yeah.
I'd have a hard time making that 9 there, but he handled it like a champ.
I think he'll go back and he'll watch that and he's going to realize that he was thinking of that combo.
Like when he shot at that 7-9 that were clustered together and he made the 7.
Exactly.
In his
Because
mind,
I
he's
was
probably
talking
thinking
about how it
the
was
9
lined up, and you were saying the 9. No, the 9 was going into the
the
foot
end rail.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but apparently the 7 was right on line.
9 on the break. Wow, for Scotty.
No way, Scotty snaps a 9.
Add a little salt in that wound.
Ooh, that's going to be a hard one to swallow right there.
On the hill.
Gosh dang it! I was
1 game away from
I'm
$2,000.
gonna have to watch that replay. I missed it.
The 9 on the break you missed?
Yeah, totally. I was watching the discussion over here. But let's see if he can answer. Brian coming to the table obviously is still a little frustrated. 9 ball break is going to do that too. Take you a little deeper. But these are strong players. Said this whole time, I mean, it's just wild to me. I watched the silver division, and I'm like, this is a silver division match? These guys, there's some really quality play coming out of these guys.
Yeah, there's some good players in this division.
I think when you're in the 4s, the run out is a little less likely. When you're lower in the 5s, I think that the run is very possible, but not as likely. And I think the higher up the 5s you get, the more likely the run becomes. But I mean, all these abilities have all these players have the ability to run the table. It's just a matter of who does so more frequently. All right, and here we go. Brian stepping up, trying to answer that 9 ball break. Oh, that's rough. Well, at least he didn't make a ball. That would have been even more rough. Yeah, we're going to see a push shot here, I hope. Against my better judgment. I want to see him.
I know. There's no way in hell you're pushing out here. You're
I'm
going
drilling
for
this 2-rail kick, and we're running out.
Yeah, you can make that 1-8 combo, and you're running them out.
The 2-rail kick has a really natural pop-off, so even if that 1 ball gets hooked on the foot rail or on the head rail, you're still going to pop out with the cue ball. She is pushing the ball, right? Ooh. Yeah, all right.
All right.
It's a good shot. Leave him kind of in the cluster. That's not really fun to be cueing from right there. And it's pretty straight on that. If she cuts this properly, the 1 ball is going to pop off the 8 and land up there on the head rail.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure the 1 ball comes out enough as well. And it looks like it is.
It's just so tough bridging over all these balls, though.
Totally. The right side of that cue ball is exposed, and I'm going to use the right side of that cue ball every time. I know I want to be further on the right side of the table. I just, want to make sure. And if you overcut this one ball, you should still be fine. The pocket becomes huge if you hit rail first, but if you hit too much of the 8 ball, that's when it becomes challenging. See how she does it? Got what looks like a nice, comfortable bridge off that rail. Hits that ball a little harder than she probably wanted to, but she made sure she made it. And that's what's important.
She actually
Worked out
left a
great.
shot.
Totally.
This worked out.
Yeah.
And does the 2 go? I think the 2 goes.
2 goes.
Okay, 2 goes.
And if you're on the
if you're on the
if
good
you're on
side.
top of the 2, you got a breakout.
Actually, you can get a breakout on either angle.
Do you just play the 2 off the 3? Oh no.
Oof. All right, kick it in.
2 ball went. Yep, kick it in and run out.
Kick 'em in and run out, as they say.
Kevin is full of good advice. Kevin, what's your Fargo? I always forget to ask.
674.
You're a 674.
Yeah.
Holy cow. You're a beast. No wonder you don't play in this. Is it hard for you to not play in this tournament?
I want to play.
Yeah.
No, I would love to play in the
Totally.
the 10 ball. Even though 10 ball is not my favorite game, 9 ball is my favorite
9
game.
ball is.
But that would be the division I'd be playing in if I were to play. But no, I'm not allowed to play because I don't play here.
674?
Yeah.
No idea. I would have bet $1 that's not true.
Would you have given 4-1 odds?
No, I wouldn't. I'm getting better at that, I swear. And she's got a great chance of making this ball. Kick it in, that 7 ball's just hanging. If you make good contact with the 2, there's a good chance that 7 goes in. Oh, drilled it.
What a shot. And shape.
Man,
Shape.
that's awesome.
Nice. Awesome shot there, Patty.
Totally.
Nailed it.
Brian has showed some real ability to stroke the ball well, so I think he'll probably play this with top and pop out, maybe even bump the 9 to get shape on the 3. Now he played forward a little more. That's really nice. He left a perfect angle. And as long as you don't hit this ball too hard, you're going to have a good line for the 4 ball. You really don't need to do too much with the cue ball.
Yeah, Patty, she's been having a little bit of trouble with the speed control.
Yeah. I hope she's not
But
hugged too close to that 9 ball.
Does the 4 pass the 5? Like, can she play for short side? To play the 4 past the 5.
I would love. I always
I
want to hit a
think
more full stroke shot, and I think that's the.
I think the 4 goes past the 5 if she wanted to, play for that side of the 4 ball.
Yep. 3 ball so close to the pocket. I want to see her just not muscle this shot. Take it nice and easy. Or do that right into the 5
Bump
ball.
the
Get
5
out of the way. Get out of the way.
Perfect.
Perfect. What a shot.
Whether it fell or not. Actually,
That's
I would
awesome.
have preferred it didn't fall.
Yeah, hang there.
Yeah, because then lets you get to the 6 a
It's
little
got
easier.
a great shot here. All you got to do is push through this ball, and it's going to open right up.
Does the 6 pass the 9? Like, can you just draw back for the 6 past the 9? I don't think the 6 passes the 9.
I would have done that. I just would have hit top and tried to push back up into the angle. But that's a great shot. Leaves her a little bit long, but she's shooting the balls good.
Yeah, she's a pretty decent shot maker.
If this is you shooting, are you going to try to punch this ball and come across, or are you going to try and roll it forward?
I think you can just roll this to the rail and back up. Just shoot just the high ball to the rail and up.
High inside or just high ball?
High center. You can put it. From this distance, you don't want to be putting any side spin on the ball because that just makes the shot like 3 times harder. Center follow to the rail and back up. The key is not to hit it hard. Hitting it hard widens the angle a lot. Just a naturally rolling ball, it'll get a shot on the 9.
I think rolling, you're going to end up right on top of that 9 ball. Maybe not.
It's-
Looking at it
it's-
from top, it looks like
possible.
she has less of an angle.
It's possible I'm seeing the angle wrong.
That's awesome. I mean,
Yeah, she
again,
hit that a lot. She's been hitting them pretty hard.
but if she doesn't, she's in great shape. I mean, if
Yeah.
she's a foot less, That shot's a lot easier.
Shot's a lot easier, and if she hits it softer, it doesn't widen the angle out as much as it did. So
Saw the way
so the
Brian-
cue ball would have been over to the right a little bit more also.
Yeah. Well, look at that. We saw the
Nails
way that
it.
Brian dealt with the
Nice
pressure last
shot,
time, and man,
Brian.
that's 2 big shots in a row. Fighting back to 2-3.
He is not letting that bother him.
And it is his opponent's break this time, and they snapped the 9 last time, so that's got to be in the back of his mind.
Hey, Chris Robbins.
Chris Robbins, how's it going?
Hey, Chris Robbins, did you see that cool rock that that we have with our logo on it? It's pretty cool. You should
So
see it
cool.
sometime.
I love that. I was really impressed. Chris does some really cool artistic rock painting. She does some nail painting also, I saw on Facebook today.
Oh, she does?
Redoing the nails, yeah.
Ah.
She fancy. Scotty stepping up to snap this thing. Let's see how it goes.
Although if he
I'm watching this
makes a 9 on the break again, Brian will be ready to chew his cue stick in half.
Oh my gosh, it's going at that side
Oh my
pocket
God!
too.
Look at this 9!
No
Look at this
way.
9!
No
oh
way.
my God!
Whoa.
Wow!
Hangs it almost 2 in a row. That's crazy. Dang.
Yikes!
Boom.
Wow!
Yeah, I wouldn't be using a magic rack if I broke like that either.
Yeah, right.
Maybe they're on to something
That's the problem.
here.
That's the problem with the magic rack is you never make the 9 on the break anymore because the 9 just doesn't move.
Yeah. I have a pretty consistent break that it shoves it up towards the head corner pockets. I'm not going to get into odds, but I'd probably gamble on that. I'd need a bunch of chances, but
All right, bank this one out of there. Suck that cue ball in behind
right
that
behind
7.
the 7.
Preferably leaving a 1-9 combination. He's cutting at this.
Oh, wow. Dude. Yeah, he was going for it. And I understand if I made balls like him, I'd probably do that too. Shot that great.
All right, and that one ball is off the rail. All she has to do is just tap this in. Just bring this cue ball between the 5-6.
Just got to get past the 5. It's so easy to make contact with that 5.
Oh.
Well, solved a problem, made a problem. That's one way to do it. It's a tricky 4 ball.
Hey, Lou Pang. Welcome. And John Moses Jr. from Yakima. Thanks for tuning in. All right, with ball in hand. 2-9 and ride the 2-9.
No.
Steve Lingelbach shot a shot just like this and rocketed that ball into the side.
Did he really?
From this angle.
Stan was trying to do that. Man, Stan was lining up all kinds of combos against us.
Steve Lingelbach shot this 2-9 like from this angle and rocketed it in. He didn't shoot it soft either.
Man, it's got to be nice. I don't quite have it like that. But, you know, if you got a chance to win this game right here, nobody's running 7 balls at a time right now.
You know, that 4 ball's tied up. That 4 does not pass the 7. So I don't mind shooting at this 2-9.
I think I like this shot,
I'm in favor. I'm in favor of
Now,
shooting the 2-9.
I think the reason is that I always complicate it. If I'm shooting the shot, I'm going to try and go off angle, and I'm going to try and get the cue ball behind the 3 ball and take a chance at the win and try and play a secondary safe, and then I end up missing the shot.
You can do that, but it just makes the shot so much harder.
So much harder. And, yeah, with the 7 ball where it is, I don't think that 4 passes it. I'm probably not going to shoot that. Yeah, I think they're making a great decision. Sorry.
Evan, we are live from the Chinook Winds Casino Resort here on the Oregon coast. Beautiful Lincoln City, Oregon.
It's a beautiful day today.
It was.
Didn't spend the whole thing in the casino. It's a miracle.
Oh,
she just drilled it. What a shot.
We are all tied up.
Hill.
3 apiece in this race to 4.
That is huge. What a shot,
fantastic
man.
shot there, Patty.
All right, we got an early 9. We got a snap on the 9. That pretty much means it's a race to 3 for 2,000.
So from here, it's a race to 1.
Race to 1. Single game. $2,000.
Sort of. I mean, if Brian and Patty win it, then they got to start over and do it again.
Well, if we want to say the whole purse, then it's a race to 1 for, I mean, they're, what, 3,400? Which is pretty cool. It won't be 3,400 in one direction, but yeah, this set right now is being played for the difference of about $600, something like that. More than that. Yeah, $670. So this is a $670 game.
All right, he's made a ball. Where's this one ball going? We're going to have a shot. You're going to have a shot. We got a shot. We got action.
Got a shot. Got a shot to get back on that 2 ball, too. Jacked up over the 7, and you had a little window to get back on the 2 ball. I had to be one to hit this with some outside.
And hello, Nebular from Coos Bay. And Jeff Cummings, howdy.
Right on. What's going on, guys?
And Eva Cummings, hi.
The Jay Swanson Memorial, yeah. Welcome, everybody in the chat room. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking out some good pool. Come on down.
And Ricky Fu.
We're here
welcome.
all week. Is that what you're doing? Are you trying to come back and hit the 7 to get back in there? Or are you trying to go between the 7-5 to leave yourself on the 2? Or are you playing safe?
You always ask me these tough questions. Well, I'm not playing safe. I'm shooting.
You are a 9-ball player. That makes one of us. I'm terrible at this game. I'm better at 9-ball on a bar box than I am at 8-ball on a bar box. Clusters are not my friend.
Yeah, the main problem with sending the cube, trying to go between the 5-7, is you might bump that 5 on top of the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Going between the 7-2 is tough. You can really mess things up there. Man, this is just a tough spot to be in.
674? That's wild. Kevin can shoot, man. I want to play more. We've only gotten to play one time.
And I barely even count that. I was just banging balls around for like a few minutes. It doesn't even count hardly.
That's very true.
Is she shooting this opposite-handed?
She's jacked up left-handed.
She's shooting opposite-handed?
What is going on here? Yeah, she's got to be. Her bridge is unnatural. She's playing safe. That's a smart shot. Get back up table. I sure don't want to be shooting this. Do you like banking the 1 back into the pack and coming back up table?
I think you can just bank the 1 straight down the middle towards the 9.
And
let that
put
cue
the
ball
cue
get
ball
in
back
behind that
behind
2-7 over there.
I overhit that. I mean, you can also play the 1 off the side of the 6 ball and really go for the hook. So kind of the same shot, but hope you catch a piece of that 6 ball and leave the 1 back in the 3-5.
Just come off the left side of the 1, 2 rails, cue ball to the 9 ball, make the 9 for the win.
There you go. All right. And what were you saying about bumping the 7?
This is okay. This opens up the 2 ball.
Nice and easy. Yep, don't want to hit that ball too hard.
That's a nice shot there, Brian.
Really is. This one, I hope my partner comes across and almost back. You don't want a whole lot of an angle on that 3 ball because I would rather stun and stay under the 5 than come out and around. What do you think?
What do I think? I think you just want to get this cue ball to the middle of the table is what I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just middle of the table. Little bottom right, come back out to the middle. Or you can even go back and forth if you don't like just a little bottom right. But
$2,000 game.
Oh, no.
Oh,
No.
Get out of there. All right. Could be the last turn at the table. Here we go. Scotty coming to the table. Man, this has been a huge swing from up 3-1, up 2-0.
It's got plenty of excitement.
Brian makes that great shot on the 9 ball to go 2-1. Snaps the 9 to go 3-1. They get that last game to go hill. Man, this has been an awesome match and a quick awesome match. There's
been no shortage of
good
excitement.
fun gambling.
No shortage of excitement.
That's awesome. The only issue is being up over that 6 ball just a little bit. I guess.
I was just thinking, did he come far enough to even be able to make the 3? But yeah, he came far enough.
So
barely.
I was still thinking the 4 ball was over there. It's a little straight for this one. She's gonna have to push through this or draw back, and I'd prefer pushing it.
Oh, get away from that 9.
Ooh. Not sure what he's gonna do here. Mr. Evans, I don't think there are any teams from San Diego here. California is not a part of our Western BCA. Isn't that right?
That is correct. California is not. It's Oregon, Washington, Idaho,
Montana. and BC. A lot of Canadian players here.
I was,
Not as
I was
many-
under the impression that the players from Canada come down and qualify in Washington.
Oh, do they? Gotcha.
I didn't. Yeah, I don't think
I didn't-
BC is officially part of it.
Oh, okay.
They come across the border and qualify at some of the bars near the Canadian border.
Some of the bars. Yeah. It sounded like he had a little Canadian in there. I could be wrong. I tell you,
Take off, you hoser.
Take off, you hoser. I shouldn't have had all that chocolate milk. One of my greatest thrills is playing the Canadians when they're here. There's a couple that are just really, really superb players. They all have great attitudes. They're a lot of fun to be around. And they're super competitive. And they just don't seem to...
Anybody from Eugene? Summerfield's from Eugene.
Yes, indeed, right here. They just don't seem to treat competition the same way. They all are really good-spirited, very competitive, but they have just a terrific sense of humor about it. I've had a great time playing with them.
That cue ball just kind of kept going, didn't it?
I know,
thought
I was so
I didn't think it was
worried.
going to stop. It's like the cue ball can stop any time now.
Yep, so push straight through this one and take the 6 in the same pocket, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people try to hold it, and I think you either end up shallow or you end up right on top of it. So I'd definitely rather push through this one. Maybe a touch of outside. Oh, it is just going right at that side.
Bounce.
Ooh, sorry. I get excited.
It's an exciting match.
Wow. That's the point of a lifetime right there. And pretty straight. This is not an easy out. Do you think I like pushing through with top left here to come around if he's got the angle? And I think he does.
He does have the angle. He can go forward 2 rails.
Cool. Or, I mean, what, draw back and take that rail, ride the rail the whole way down? That 7 looks close to the rail. He's drawn.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
And, I mean, if you hit that shot perfect and end up dead straight, that's great. But this is a tough shot for the cash.
All she has to do is make this 7. Make this 7 and
Patty
position on
stepping
the
up and
9.
make some money.
Make this 7 and position on the 9 is nearly automatic.
Yeah. And I mean, with me pushing ahead 2 rails, I might want to do that. But if I end up pushing forward 2 rails, I can leave this same shot. And really crossing over the side pocket's tough, but she's got this in her. See Patty drill this ball. What a comeback would that be? Pulling for all of them. Let's go, everyone. And you said Brian and Patty got the point, right?
No, other way. Scott
Ooh.
Cummings and Flo Shale-Bergstrom.
So this is to go for a second set.
Yep.
She makes
Oh,
this
no.
ball.
This is going to sit up. This is going to sit up perfect.
Yeah, what a great try.
This is touchy. You got to shoot this so soft because it's so easy
Oh,
to just
totally.
it's so easy for this cue ball to get away.
At this point, all of these are huge.
It's
See
so,
Scotty over here. Scotty just looks focused.
it's so easy for this cue ball to end up table where that piece of chalk is.
Mm-hmm. Nice and easy, nice and easy, nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
It's also easy to bump the 9 ball, and that can work out great.
Oh, that's too hard.
Oh,
Oh,
don't
no.
do it. No way.
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh. Oh,
I
that's
think
such a
we're
heartbreak.
I think we're going to be going to a second set. What do you think?
I don't think we're going to go to a second set. I do. I completely think we're going to a second set. I was trying to think about how I could spin that for a gamble, but it's not wasn't taking a good stance. Well, cool. It's always nice to see the second set played, especially after the controversy of the first one. Great
All right.
shooting by both these guys.
Brian Burkett, Patty Mitchell winning the first set. Hill. That was thrilling.
That was one of the best Hill thrillers I've ever seen.
All right,
That was
we're gonna reset. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break, and then we're gonna do it all over again.
Woohoo! We'll see you
So-
shortly.
We'll be back in a few.
And it looks like we're coming back together.
Yep, it looks like we have all the players here accounted for. Looks like we're getting ready to get set number 2 underway.
Man, and this is awesome. I'm getting to watch Brian right now coming over, talking to Scott, and just saying, hey, let's let this wash under the bridge. That was definitely Yeah, it was tough to go through in the middle of that last set, but both these players showing really great sportsmanship, being totally respectful, and that's what you see more often than not here. Lincoln City, it's great.
All right, coin has been flipped. We are underway. Set number 2. Did I mention how much money they're playing for?
Thousands.
Literally thousands of dollars.
There's $3,330 in the pot
In
right
the-
now. $670 for this set right now.
33.30 in the middle.
That's pretty wild. That's each player putting up $335 for single set. This is exciting. Oh man, it's awesome. We got players hugging out here. That's one of the coolest things about Scotch doubles. I mean, you watch a bunch of dudes playing pool, and it's cool to see them play and all, but these guys have real relationships with their partners, and it's just wonderful to see that kind of camaraderie, that kind of sportsmanship. These guys are gambling for big money, and they're doing it in just the coolest, most heartfelt way. So that's one of the reasons I love being involved in this tournament. That and the quality of player.
There are some so-called professionals that could take a lesson or two here.
Right? Yes, indeed. I mean, Earl's a pretty huggy guy, but
Hey, I wasn't calling anybody out. I wasn't mentioning any names.
I wasn't. I absolutely was not saying that. Earl's one of my faves. It was just, yeah, saying I agree with you wholeheartedly. They can take some of that. I didn't get to see any of the he and Skylar match. Did you watch any of it?
And Earl is not the only
not at all.
professional that doesn't act very professional. There are others.
Yes, that's true. You don't see a lot of players jumping up on the table and screaming throughout the pool, throughout the hall. That's not a common occurrence here.
Doesn't happen a whole lot, no.
Not a lot of people have that vertical jump either. It's tricky.
All right, here we go. Set number 2.
Scotty snapped the 9. What's his last name? Cummings. Stepping to the table. He snapped the 9, and I don't know how many of you guys are watching that last set, but almost snapped the set-winning 9-ball.
Yeah, it just hung in the pocket for the set.
Here we go, and then it got fired out of there.
Wow, look at this long bridge. Look at
it is. Oh, that's.
He's got the cue ball on the head string, and he's bridging from the rail. Wow.
No wonder he gets a lot of. Oh, and it's going.
9-ball.
No way.
Someone
no way.
Someone needs to talk to.
Look at that. Who is this guy? Scotty snapped the 9 Cummings. I hope your family's watching now. That was awesome. That's big. I mean, you see how long some of these games have gone and just how much of a battle they've been. To win in a single stroke that's a big deal. Here we go. Let's see if Brian can answer. Brian's hit the balls really strong, too. He's broken well. He's made a ball almost every time.
So that's 2.5 9s on the break for Scotty.
All right, that's a good spread. That 7-9 lines up. A little reminiscent of last game.
Yeah, right.
Your last set. And
so he's made a ball in the break. Got to look at the 1. Actually, everything's open. Everything goes.
Totally. Does that 7 ball? No, I don't think the 7 passes the 9. I'm looking at it here, and it doesn't look great.
Oh, the 7 totally goes. Once the 3's gone, absolutely.
Can you see it from where you're at? The actual 7?
Yeah. Yeah,
Really?
right between the I can right between the monitors here. There's
All
like
right.
It's like a half-inch. It's like a half-inch gap between the 7 and the 9.
I'll trust you.
It's like a half-inch gap between the 7 and the 9. It totally goes.
All the room in the world.
All the room in the world.
Sometimes a half an inch is exactly that. So you just
this is a real half-inch. All right.
Just don't want to overstroke this ball and get too far on the opposite side of the table. I'm going to stay there. Ooh.
Oh.
Ran a little wide. This is tricky too.
Ride
you
the
know
9.
what I like doing?
Ride the 9?
I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to try and break out the 7 ball that doesn't need broken out.
That's quality pool when you try to break up balls that don't need to be broken out.
Well, that's how I play nonetheless. And that's actually true. I will nudge balls closer to pockets because I'm like, I don't want to cut it all that way. It's terrible.
Well, that's
I don't
different.
know what is wrong with me.
Moving the ball to someplace easier is different. Like if you got a ball like on the rail right next to the side pocket, stuff like that. Sure.
Yeah. And this is a good kick here. I like that she's lining up a middle point for a triangle. It's got a decent chance of making this ball. I tell you what, I see more than anything shooting these kicks is people shoot the ball right into the side pocket. But she looks like she's got a good line.
Nice
That's
hit.
a good result.
And
She's going to like that.
Yeah, and the 7 still goes.
Oh, 7's still in that tricky spot.
Yeah, that tricky spot where it doesn't need to be broken out. You mean that spot?
Well, this is a great breakout for your 7 right here. Just come straight back up the table. Tricky thing for me on this is I want to hit this with outside so that I take off a little bit of my speed with the distance traveled going 2 rails for the 3. Because just cutting this ball, I overrun it every time. I'd like to be able to hit it that soft and just trickle that 2 ball in, but I just don't end up. I either end up missing the shot because I hit it too soft. That's a thin cut from a long distance. Oh my gosh!
Nice shot.
And there you go.
Now
so
the
she
s- now
overran
the
it, but she
70s
overran it enough.
Yeah, now the 7 needs to be broken up. Actually, she caught on the 3 pretty nice. Yeah. 4 ball though, getting to the 3 to the 4, that's tough.
I told you. What are they going to do about the 7? Are you sure it doesn't cut in that other corner?
Wow, look at that shot.
Wow, great shot. It's unfortunate you bumped that 4 ball. This is one of the big differences that you see between the silver division, the gold division, and the platinum division is I think almost everyone is going to go for a shot here, and I really think the play here is to play safe. You got a natural ramp to get up behind that 6 ball. You can kick the 4 ball or bank the 4 ball back behind the 9-7. You just want to make sure you don't hit the 4 ball too hard and end up in the jaws of the other pocket.
Safe, schmafe. Ride the 9.
Or you ride the 9.
Bank the 4 at the 9.
If you ride the 9, you're breaking the 7 out at the same time.
See,
I
there
like
you go.
that shot.
Two birds with one stone, right?
Yeah, I feel like if you try to back cut this ball, you're just sending the cue ball loose. Maybe she
just
might be looking safe here.
Just bank the 4 to the middle of the rail.
She's looking to bank it.
She's going for it. And is she going to get a safe out of it? Is she going to get a safe out of it?
She might have. I think she did.
Oh, I think you're right.
But it looks close, so that means it goes, right?
It means it might go.
Yeah. I don't think Scotty's got enough of that ball. He might have enough to bank it. Again, I like kicking into the foot rail, trying to stick behind.
Yeah, the bank shot looks like a double kiss to me.
Oh, not if you hit that ball hard.
Okay.
You're good, but it can be a kiss for sure.
No, I was totally misreading it. That was nowhere near a
He
double
drilled
kiss.
it. What a bank. That was awesome.
Oh,
man.
No love there, though.
Doesn't pay out, but yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to want to do with this one. Yeah, I would really like to see her play safe here. I mean, you can jack up and kiss off that 6 ball and try and pocket the 8. Or, yeah, I mean, I think she's got to thin off that 6 ball and either hit it far enough off up table and try and stay at the head, or she needs to, I think she's going to try to make that 8 ball. Or the opposite, or try to take the cue ball up. Oh, yep. And that was the right idea. Just either a little more swerve or a little, or one more rail. Yeah. Kevin taking off. He's going to actually get out of here for the day. He's been here this entire time. Boy, do Kevin and Sherry. He's taking my money with him. Here, I think I got change for that, Kevin. I only owe him $3 and he's got my 5. I got 2 of it back, right? All right, we got it squared away. And we're going to find out the mystery of the 7 ball. We've been struggling with this one for a while. I was pretty sure the 7 went. Kevin said no. This is moment of truth. Let's see if it goes. And from there, I mean, these guys are out. If that 7 passes, and I definitely think it does. It is tight, though. She's taking another look.
Looks like it goes for sure.
Like I said, Kevin taking off for the evening, and Joel Peck joining me in the booth. How you doing, Joel?
Fantastic. Just
It's
walked around, stretched my legs a little bit after that gold Scotch doubles
Dude.
attempted double dip.
The double dipper almost. This one's been crazy. I'll tell you a little more about it after we get through this game.
Beautiful shot.
Nice shot. Yep, she did have the room to make it. Ha-ha. And now it's just an end-to-end on this 8 ball. How do you like to play the shot, Joel? I mean, this is like a whole study of pool right here. Balls that are in the jaws, a world of different things can happen. I think the tendency is to try to hit topspin because that's how the ball travels a lot of the time. But you really just got to let the speed of the shot and the weight of the ball do the work here.
Yeah, I'm really trying to just use how much of the ball I'm hitting.
How great did he hit
to
that ball?
dictate my speed. He hit it really well. I had the opportunity to play these 2 in this
did you?
division. Yeah, they were
Nice.
the ones. They were the ones that put us on the bottom side.
Where'd you guys end up? Was it Hill Hill?
No, they smoked us.
Yeah. Bummer. Well, they've shot really well. So last set, it was 2-0. It was marked up there 2-1. And these guys, Brian and Patty, were pretty sure that they had comboed in a 9 ball. And Scott and Florine were sure that they hadn't. So we had to go to a replay. But Scotty asked for the replay. And I was talking a lot about how it wouldn't be appropriate for us to get involved. But, I mean, when we have replay ability here, if you can settle a controversy, that's great. Have there been any matches in your lifetime that you wish you had a replay to go back to?
Almost every single one. I feel like I learned.
Oh, Patty,
I
no,
feel like I
you
learned
don't.
so
Get
much
out of the
from watching
pocket.
myself
She didn't.
play.
She's good. Whoa. Whoa. Well, this has been a barn burner. We've been talking about the money, too. And, man, this is a race to 4 for $2,000. This set's 670.
Nice.
This is big action.
Yeah, that's what I had on that gold as well. I think it was 640 or 620.
Well, Mom and Dad are away and the kids will play. The baby birds are left to the booth.
Ooh, I like the way you put that.
The baby bird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have all of those
Also, Scotty.
National Geographic pictures in my mind.
Scotty, in the last set, snapped a 9 ball. It was when it was actually 2-0. Then they came back to 2-1. Scotty snapped a 9 ball. It got back to Hill. Scotty's breaking, and he snapped the 9 and hung it in the jaws. And then first game of this set, he snapped a 9.
How do you decide when you're going to call Scott Scotty or Patricia Patty?
Because they called him Scotty on the stream.
Oh, got it.
That was the reason. I hope I'm not offending him. No, he gave a shout out to his kiddos, and it's cool. It sounds like his whole family's watching. I hope he goes by Scotty. Look at that 9 ball was going again. It's a beast. I was talking about how they're not using the magic rack and how that's really common in these the lower divisions. And then he's almost snapped 4 9 balls.
Hey, as long as you can get movement, whatever rack you're using.
Totally.
More power to you.
Yep. Got to look at the one. Probably not the look you want. What do you think, Joel? Can you bend this bank around that 7 ball?
No, that's not what I'm playing. I'm playing that safe.
I didn't say, are you going to play that? I said, could you bend that ball around there?
No, that's not the way I bank it. I think if I was going to bank that, I'm just going to try and get that as close to that 7 as possible and just put it in that outside edge of the side pocket. But
Yeah, I definitely am not shooting that either. One, I think Patty was just trying to cut that in there, and I don't blame her. There was a look at the 2 after that. They're pretty spread out here. You either got the short side for the 5 or you got the 5-9. This is a big tester shot here. Brian has showed just a ton of skill on these shots, though. Shot really confident.
so he easing this 1 rail out?
Oh, just overrolled it.
That's what I was worried about, if he's going to play the 1 rail or if he's going to commit to the 2 and coming out
Yeah.
past that 7.
That's another thing that I see in the lower divisions is that you haven't realized quite yet that you know you can get in trouble. You've got that 2-foot area, but if you get past that area again, then you have, I mean, what is it, 4 or 5 feet on the other side of a window? So I just think the margin of error is a lot bigger if you come across twice.
Yeah, I don't remember Patty jumping at all, so
She hasn't jumped this time.
I think she's going to go rail first.
She's kicked the ball, and she's kicked the ball pretty well.
I think she's going to go rail first, and she's going to end up trailing into that 3 ball.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to play the rail first that's closest to the ball because it's easier to see that line. And the ball's just bigger coming off the rail from that distance. But, I mean, 2 rails here, you got a chance to make it. 1 rail, if you go that soft rail by the 2 ball, you got a great chance of scratching. It's so easy to carry them off that 2 ball and suck right in the corner.
Yeah, and if you come at it the opposite way, the angle might be a little bit harder, but if you come in short, you might be able to come and hit it on the backside.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of get like 2 for your money.
Are you saying 2 rails or are you saying the opposite side rail?
I was talking about the opposite side rail.
You got a pretty good scratch potential there. She's looking at the 2-railer. Nice.
Yeah,
The way I shoot that shot a lot is I will shoot past the bottom of the 7 with a bunch of left English to hit the 2. Try and knock the 2 up table and hope to sit behind the 7. Drill that 2-railer. Oh my gosh, she hit it great.
nice. Look at that. Right up behind that 3 ball.
Really good shot. And she gets is it a full hook?
See if
I
we
can't
get it.
tell. They might be able to see a little bit, but I think they're kicking. Let's see what Scotty decides.
Yeah, I think that overhead.
You got
view-
me self-conscious. I almost called him Scott.
I think that overhead view gives us the best angle.
Hot Scotty the hottie with a great dad body. All right, Heidi. I think that's official. He's Scotty. I'll try and leave the rest of the nickname alone, but what a terrific shot.
That nice.
Do you think he was trying to play off the inside of that 4?
I think
I
he was
mean-
really just trying to control the cue ball more than
Mhm.
anything.
Yeah, I think he was probably trying to stay under that 3, but that's a great result. Good shot, Scotty. He's shot really strong, man. I don't know what that guy's Fargo is, but he plays good.
So you're just kicking up and back, just like this, and then hoping to.
Hope you make it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great shot on the 3 if you make it.
His partner made a huge kick like this earlier, and it was awesome.
And you
Full
have the
rail.
forgiving if you go rail first.
Oh,
catches
caught
the
that point.
So ball in hand here.
Excellent opportunity here.
So do you think they're going to end up going for the 5, or do you think they're going to play the 5 combination?
I think they're going to line up for the 5 combination. It really depends on where they get on this 4 ball.
So then are you giving yourself going a little bit deeper on the 2 to give yourself an angle on the 3, and then coming mid-table for the 4 to be able to just come to the 5-9?
I just want to get off the rail. Ideally, I would like to be playing the 3 in the same pocket as the 2. I think she's just going to try and play this soft enough to nudge off the rail. Hopefully you can avoid the 7 ball on that side rail, but there's a good chance she might leave you a little low on the shot, so you're going to have to slide draw up off the 3 for the 4.
Yeah, she could also just play right now, back it up off the 2, which gives them a little bit better angle on the 3.
Yeah, I
And
like
she
that.
could just cut the 3 to that opposite corner and then just come back for the 4 this way.
If she's drawn with that much of an angle, though, yeah. And that's kind of what I thought was going to happen.
I could easily see him just stunning over for this.
Uh-huh.
And I keep on wanting to explore the different views, but I feel like this is giving us just the best view.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah, this Lippmann light and video camera is pretty remarkable. It's hard to get away from. You got all the buttons dialed in?
Kind of exploring through them. That's a good one right there.
Yep. Just don't want to overhit that ball.
So that was more draw than stun there.
Mm-hmm.
He had a good line on it, but he ended up going pretty far there.
Andy and Augie Gonzalez, table 40.
And this is pretty natural shape. Worst thing you can do here is try to draw it and end up scratching in the corner. Hopefully you just play nice and easy.
I think that if you misjudge this cut, you can scratch in that corner without even drawing at all. I think
If
people haven't
I guess I just always am hitting top or bottom. I'm not hitting stun. Yeah, I mean, the line is perfect. She underhit that a little bit, but that's exactly where you want to be. And here's Scotty stepping to the table. He's got to fire this 9. I guess he doesn't have to, but I think I am. And I mean, it's lined up straight. So I'm just lining up to make this 5 ball. That's what I'm looking at more than anything. How about you?
Yeah, I feel like that's thin enough that if you're going to make that 5, you're going to be traveling right on that 9.
Go.
The other way around, play the combination instead.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here are you cutting to that top corner pocket and then playing 2 rails out to play the 6 down. Into
Play the 7?
Yeah, 7 down in the same one.
If I'm shooting this, what I think I'm going to land on is what I think he's shooting, and it's to come behind the 7 ball and shoot the 7 in the same pocket. Oh, no, he drew across. He hits that shot really confident. I think I would have tried to play forward 2 rails to get behind the 7. And, yeah, it's a couple times he's overrolled that draw a little bit. I mean, he shoots with a lot of confidence, but this is a long shot for her to try to do anything with.
Yeah, do you think she's just going to lay up and try and leave him the steeper cut, or do you think she's going to play that inside and come the 1, 2, 3 rails almost back to where the cue ball's at now, a little bit more towards the 9?
You played in this division. What did you want Lori to shoot on this shot? Did you want her to try to push through, or did you just want her to pocket the ball?
I don't mind banking, so I just wanted her to make the ball. Whether she put me mid-table, I was fine with that.
And I think that's a realistic decision. I don't think anybody wants their partner to miss the ball and sacrifice an attempt at the next ball. If there's nothing in it for him, then yeah, but I think that I want my partner to just pocket this ball. And I think she's trying to low outside. Oh, man.
So now is he going to bank the 8, or is he going to play off the 8 into the 9?
Yes, I try both. So I'm banking the 8 ball back at me, and I'm trying to carry him and make the 9.
I think I have a much better percentage at making the 9 if I commit to that, whereas if I'm trying to combine the 2 shots, I think I'll pull away too much and give too much effort to the 8 ball over the 9 ball.
I think when I'm looking at it and I make that decision to do the 2-way, I look at the angle it's coming off to make the 8, and if it's a good line to make the 9, then I try the both of them. But like right here, I feel like he's got to hit more. I feel like he's got to hit less ball
Okay, so
on the 8 ball.
Are you traveling through the 8 and then going,
Yes.
look at that.
Boom.
Drilled them both.
Dude. That was
Money.
awesome. And he just pushed straight through that.
Get that,
And you saw the reaction from the cue ball.
get that score updated.
That was a great shot.
2-1 in a
Man.
race to 4. They're halfway there. And you said how much was it? $670
$670.
match. And the prestige of taking home first place and the double dip.
Totally.
So they have a lot of momentum going for them.
Pressure's on, man. And, I mean, the score's 2-1 right now, but Scotty's only win. I'm sorry, I shouldn't keep just saying Scotty. Scotty and Florian's only win so far in this set has been on a 9-ball snap. And that's a great feeling, but it doesn't necessarily boost your confidence in the way you're shooting, in that rhythm. It's easy to win that first set and just kind of let off a little bit. And they really got to get into gear. And again, to no fault of their own, we talk a lot about, miscue.
Oh, he grabbed the ball. You can't do that.
Definitely
two
can't do
fouls?
it. That's not 2 fouls.
Because that could have broken up the pack.
No
It could have
such thing
changed
as
that
2 fouls.
completely.
I'm interested to see what they do here.
So now he's just going to break him, even though he has ball in hand.
Well, so this is something we've talked quite a bit about too. You're trying to play the 3 foul here.
Every time. And that's
And
why
how do you play? You play.
I play similar to how you play it. So I'd come down to that side pocket closer to us. And I'm gonna
How'd you think I played it last night?
back-to-back scratches.
Man.
So they're,
Scratch.
So they're each on one.
I don't feel like I played it great. Well, that's right. After I got him on 2, he just broke it up, right?
Totally. You played pretty loose. I thought you were going to try and tuck it up closer to that backside.
How terrible did I play that? Oh, it was embarrassing. Kevin was giving me a hard time today. Do you know what Kevin's Fargo is?
Which Kevin?
Kevin and Sherry Kevin. Kevin Ross.
I don't.
Guess.
Kevin's Fargo, based off of what they told me, I'd say he's a 728.
Oh, wow. I had no idea. It's a 674.
674?
Yep. And it definitely isn't like I had ever doubted his ability. I was just like, holy cow. That's.
Sherry said he's the best player in his league
Mhm.
and consistently takes home the bread.
They just kept emphasizing that it was such a small town. I guess I don't know what I thought he was. When I shot with him, we only shot a couple games, and you can tell he shoots the ball well. And he's way better strategically than I am.
So this is ball
This
in
game.
hand. This is ball in hand. Look how much distance she's giving herself between the object ball and the cue ball.
I think she's fine.
Yeah, but look at the
Again,
angle.
those
Look at the angle
couple.
she left herself on the tee.
Yeah. And does that 3 go by the 6? Or does he have to draw back to take it?
Ooh, man,
I don't think it does.
that is.
No, it totally doesn't. I mean, maybe you can. I don't want to be shooting that.
It's a tight view for sure.
We have seen him like to draw the ball. I could see him shooting low left with this and
Yeah.
try and. You just don't want to draw into that side pocket.
Coming
But
below the side and then opening up and bringing it back towards the 3
mhm.
up table.
You're
Okay.
back cutting enough that I think the cue ball slips more than most people think, and I think you can hit a pretty full draw shot, still not get to that side pocket, and it'll come back up.
Nice control there.
It's a great shot,
Yeah,
man.
hit that really smooth.
Yep. You want to give her a little easier angle to cut that 3 ball, but that's awesome.
So there's a little bit different of a view on that 3 ball, like you're saying.
Chris Robbins is with you. I don't know what about, but she's with you.
Hey, well, I'm glad I have some support. Way to go, Chris.
I'm glad you do too. Thanks a lot, Chris.
You're my
I'm-
rock.
Hey, oh.
My rocks.
It's pretty funny.
So are you cutting this 3 ball to the right?
Yeah.
Hoping to get around that 6 somehow and end up on that funky 4?
I think the play here isn't that. I think the play here is to bank the 3 ball down behind the 6 and come up table with a cue ball. But I'm probably dumb enough to try and cut that 3 ball. Not that that's a bad decision. I don't mean it like that. When I do it, it would probably be a silly decision.
I can see opening up the bank and playing it to the bottom right corner, which is going to leave you a much better shot on the 4.
Oh, I like that. You're saying bank to the corner, and you're going to drift right in the path of the 4?
Yeah.
I think that's a terrific shot.
You can throw the bank, so that means you're not going to smash into that rail too hard. and
Looks
come
like
out too
that's what
far.
she's lining up for. The bank's on both corners, too.
Wait for the cut.
And the reason I think that's a smart shot for her, too, it didn't work out great, but is that she's going the right direction on the 4 ball. She's going, I mean, if she hits that a little firmer, she has a chance to get behind the 4.
So do you think the 3 passes a 6 this way?
No.
No?
I mean,
So
but I've been wrong about that a bunch looking at the overhead cam.
I think if anything, it goes more
I
now
think-
than it did before.
I think it passes. She's lining up to cut that ball.
So then do you intensify the miss potential and
Shoots 'em inside.
play inside to be able to get over to that 4 good?
I do, but I also like to play that way. I
Guys,
like to shoot that inside.
that changes that cut for me so much. Even just a touch of inside
Mm-hmm.
really changes that shot for me.
Well, what I think you need more than anything here is top. I would rather have top to push towards that corner. You don't want the top to accelerate you up the table. But top's going to get you most of the way to the rail. Inside's just going to get you further towards that 4-ball off the rail.
I think I'm fake cutting. It's almost like I want to cut, but I'm going to hit the head rail, and then I'm going to spin with right to try and get over behind the 7. That's the way I would have played it.
Yeah. I can't tell if she was playing the combo or if she just hit that wide.
Well, I could easily see a 3-6 combination here. Letting that cue ball run down to the foot rail and then come back up. We've seen him.
I did answer your question. If the person breaks and misses the rack, that's a foul. So you, as the opponent, have the option to, I mean, you can break it up, but it's just any other shot. So what we see really commonly is people try to 3-foul in that situation. See people glance off the stack, go 2 rails, and hook them behind. All of a sudden, chances are they have a really tough hit on the first one. A lot of players will break the balls open, but a lot of players will try to kick at it.
Played that same shot as before. Beautiful. He really knows that line. It was great. Good speed.
You don't have to do anything with this cue ball. Just cut that 3-ball and come back up table for the 4. You want a little bit of an angle to come back across for the 7.
You don't think that puts you on the scratch line?
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, that's one of the mistakes that we've seen Patty making is over-hitting the ball a little bit. And you're hitting a thin piece of that 3-ball, so a lot of your cue speed isn't going to get taken up with the shot. It's going to keep traveling pretty fast. So you want to shoot this shot as though you're trying to barely scratch. So shoot this as though you're hitting pocket speed to get up and down the table. And if you do that, the 3-ball is going to absorb a little bit of your power, and you're going to end up right about where she's at now.
I feel so often when someone tries to take power off of the shot, they end up distorting their cut angle like that.
Oh, yeah. And that one she just hit a little full.
So this 4 definitely plays.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think they're going to risk just trying to roll it in and get a little bit steeper on the 3? Or do you think they're going to try and get fancy on it and pull away from that pocket?
I think Scotty's going to draw. I think he's going to draw off to get past that side pocket. I've seen him just play smart, though. He's played really, really good shots. That as long as he doesn't have to jack up too much to draw the ball, I think that's a great shot. No, just rolled it. That's great. The only issue here is getting back for the 7-ball.
Yeah, how do you like to get back?
Because the 4 is pretty much in the jaws, I mean, you can shoot that 4-ball in a straight line and draw straight back across table, and that's what I do. Because, yeah, from there, it's pretty tough to get on a good line. What do you think you would have done?
I think I probably would end up trying to play it 2 rails.
2 rails and come to take the 7 in the low right-hand pocket?
Yeah.
Well, Scotty is a bank-making machine, so yeah, I don't know. I think I would try to bank this 7-ball up by the 9 and play the cue back on the rail, but goes for the cut. Man, and look at that shape.
Got down great on
Totally. Man, that was a really great try. This is no walk in the park either.
Now the cue ball is going to be heading away from that 9 if they cut to the side.
Yeah, if you hit this with 6 inches of draw, though, you're looking good. If you go forward on this shot, it's going to be tough.
What about just playing it to the
He draws the ball so good. He's going to snap it right back and just going to be straight in.
No.
Oh, don't you dare. Get out of the hole. Oh. Wow.
Yeah, I thought the upper right corner gave you a similar result, but it could have been a much smoother stroke.
I gotcha. Yeah, I think I'm just so much less likely to make that ball. But that's just me. This is a tough one. I don't know that she can. It's just hard. That 9-ball is so big. If you're kicking off that soft rail, it's really hard to judge how much it's going to slip, how much it's going to catch. To get to the backside of that 7 and miss the 9 is a hard shot.
Not an easy judgment call for me at all. I constantly feel like I can get around the 9 and that it'll pick up the spin and head away from the pocket like I want it to. But
Mhm.
so often I catch the backside of that ball and scratch.
Yep.
It's like I can never really get it to go. But I keep trying. One of these times, maybe.
Well, the nice thing about this is when you're hitting off that rail, your cue ball is naturally gathering you. Right now, she's lined up to hit that 9 ball. Oh,
So
that's the other tough thing too.
that's-
Is you get
That's what I tend to do. Right there.
you get inside and scratching. Yep.
So here we go.
Man, that's
Ball
a
in
big one
hand.
too.
2 ball out. You're up 2-1 in a race to 4.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing, Summer? You
I
saw that she gave herself a longer reach earlier.
I'm shooting the 7 ball in the same pocket as the 9 ball, and I'm shooting them 7 to the bottom left corner pocket. I'm going to shoot a little bit of an angle just to drift down and leave myself straight in on the 9.
Whoa. See, I'm totally.
You're going this way, going straight? Yeah,
I'm
I
going
like this way.
This way, or I would have played it similar shot, but the other way.
There's way more of a margin for error on this shot. I think this is definitely smarter than what I was
As
saying.
long as they can commit to at least
Going forward.
a 1.5 foot of follow,
Totally.
then you're fine.
Yeah, you don't want to Summerfield this shot.
You just need to make sure that you get 4 inches past the spot. They want 4 inches past the spot.
I would also line myself up to go into the side rail if
Totally.
I overhit it.
And that way you can carry through that side rail, and that'll break you, and then you can come to the foot rail if you needed to. You
line
really
it up.
powered through it.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's
That's so hard.
that's really rough.
Ugh.
That's
I don't think anybody recognizes the pressure that these guys are under, man. That is such a huge shot.
yeah, that's up 3.
Playing for
3
thousands of dollars. And yeah, that's
up.
to go up 3-1.
Up 3-1 instead of 2-2.
Yeah. But none of these players disappointing to help us bring the drama. This has been a heck of a match.
Well, we have ourselves a
Man,
great
oh
race
man.
to 2.
Yeah, we do.
When was the last time you played a race to 2 for 670? Is that what you said?
It's been never. I've never done that. How about you?
I feel like we've done that together.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. I'm sorry. We have indeed, and we were playing Scotch.
Yeah. So maybe you weren't there, but I was there.
I was there, man. We won. Pretty sure. No,
A birthday bash.
that was awesome. What year was that?
It's quite a while
4
ago.
years ago?
I think that was 30 for me, so 6.
You are old. You're 36. I said you were 35 yesterday.
I won't take offense.
Man, oh man, you don't look a day over 35. Joel Peak and Clark Summerfield here.
Nice break. Look at that. Shot on the 2.
Yep. Are you trying to draw off that 2 ball, or are you just?
Yeah, I feel I have to. I have to bump it so it hopefully clears out past the 8 and heads back to the side pocket where the cue ball is sitting now.
So you're pushing the cue ball forward then?
Yeah, but that's a common symptom right there. I feel like when people try to do too much with the cue ball,
Totally.
they're pulling some of their focus and energy away from the initial shot.
Mhm.
And what's more important than actually making the initial shot? Because now they turned over the table, as opposed to even having to shoot a ball that maybe isn't great position. You still have the option to play safe.
Yeah.
Here you went from the driver's seat to the back seat.
Whoa. Isn't it weird that that's true? But it's also true that if anybody ever says, just make the ball, all I want you to do is make the ball, then that's an issue too.
Yeah.
Because you're always trying to do something else. So
I feel like you always have to have an idea of what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
But that ratio of how much you give versus how much you take is a fine line. And depending on the player.
So here we go. We have, I mean, these balls are just about equidistant from the head rail. So you can kind of line up this kick about the same way. Are you aiming, when you aim this kick, are you aiming, let's say they were the same distance from the head rail. would you be lining at the dot of the diamond itself
You're talking about kicking into the head rail to play the
to
three.
play the 3 ball?
Are you trying to play safe, or are you trying to move that 3 and the 8?
I would be trying to play safe. I would kick this hard enough to make contact.
Got it.
And then I would probably rethink that and say, if I kick it that soft, I don't know if my line's going to come across true, so I'd probably kick it a little more firm.
I guess, are you trying to just go off the head rail directly into the 3, like full on, or are you trying to come up behind it and basically go like 2 rails and kick it out towards this side that the cue ball's on?
No, I mean, ideally, I would like to hit it very thin into the 3 or into the 8 ball, and then have my cue ball come
I
across.
think here she's going to miss. She's not going to hit the 3.
No, she's lining up too wide. That's.
Yep. So that's
You know what though? That was way closer than I thought it was going to be. The camera from up top really does distort things. So
well, and that's what I was trying to ask you, is that if you were trying to go 2 rails behind and just clip it and send it into the 8, versus if you were trying to just hit it
think
full in
that's-
the face.
that's an awesome shot. Scotty gonna play safe here? Is he gonna knock that 3 out and freeze up to the 8?
Yeah, I keep on going to this camera view. I feel like it just, even though you said it's a little bit distorted, it just gives me so much clarity on where the ball
We do
sit
see a little
in
less of the
relation-
players though,
in relation to itself.
and I think that's what a lot of people watching want to watch. Oh, and underhit it.
Yeah, I mean, we could have switched to the other view on that, but then you can't even see necessarily the angle that they have on the 3.
Uh-huh.
So I guess
I think I kind of like the way that Kevin does it. Is he has the player view the majority of the time until we start talking specifically about a shot where we want to discuss what the pattern's going to be. Because I like watching him shoot the shot.
look at that.
Oh.
Oh, goodness.
He's bank strong too, man. He's made some really good banks. Barely
So
missing that one.
Switch this to the overhead,
Mhm.
and then seeing kind of how they're going to approach it,
Yeah.
and then switching back to like the body mechanics
So
of the player.
Yeah, so we can see them shoot the shot. So yeah, right here, it's really hard to not overrun the shot. So you almost got to plan on going end to end, but you're going to get in traffic. What do you think you do here?
Man, this goes back to that. I mean, this is a hard cut for me to make without trying to do anything on the ball.
How do you like knocking the 3 up table and hiding behind the 4? Just flying the 9. Giving it a whirl. Well, got a fortunate outcome there, freezing up on the 4 ball.
Yeah, this is always tricky because of how close the 3 is to the 4,
Yeah.
that you don't really have that full 3 anymore. I mean, you have a big piece of that 3, but it's not the full ball.
Big enough to bank it. I like that bank. I cross over this bank, but you definitely got to throw it.
Yeah,
Unless you stiff it.
but then what does the bank get you? I mean,
Oh, not much. I mean, you could, if you stiff it, you're going to drift off and you're going to have the 4 ball right there. You still got a funky 5, 6, 9 thing going on.
I think with that much distance right there, you have to worry about just miscuing a touch.
Yeah. I think she's going to try to make contact and maybe drift underneath. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh. There we go. Well, that was a pretty decent result, leaving a bank shot for Scotty to answer.
Yeah, so it's going to be another bank here, or are we going to see a cut?
I think he's going to want to bank it. I can see wanting to cut that ball, but with the 8 ball in the way. It's just, I got to hit that ball pretty hard and run it side to side to cut that ball. It looks like he's lining up to cut it, though.
Oh, so he doesn't touch it.
I missed it. What he just,
Yeah, so he asked them if they want to move it back.
nice.
So that's the proper etiquette, correct?
Yes, for sure.
Because if
As
he
long
would've-
as
if he
it
would've
didn't
just-
make contact with the cue ball.
If he would just reach out and grab that 8 and put it back, then that's a foul.
Yep, exactly. Nice and easy. Oh,
Nice
Dude,
shot.
great shot. Scotty snapped the 9. Scotty banked the ball. Crushing it. Good shooting. Are you just lining up to play the 5, 6? I mean, you can try and come around the backside, but then what? You're going to try and or run the 5 down the rail past the 8?
Yeah, I think I'm just easing this in the pocket and then just kind of getting the cue
Yeah.
ball back to the vicinity of where it's at now. That was nice. 2 rail action.
Totally. Nice thing about this 5 ball into the 6 is that the 6 has a huge pocket. You can't hit the 6 towards the pocket and in very many ways and miss the ball. That 9 ball is just a perfect backboard for it. Even though the billiard looks more natural here, I think I would still cut the 5 towards the 6. How about you?
Yeah, the farther that 6 ball is off the rail, that makes that so much harder for me to see. It's one thing if I'm playing the combination and if the cue ball is where the 8 ball is now, but because I'm having to cut that 5 ball down the rail, I'm having to judge if I'm going to hit the rail going in.
Even with the 9 ball where it's at? Yeah, and he played the billiard, which it's a great shot. Oh,
But what does it leave you?
doesn't pay out. That's a heartbreaker. He hit a really good shot there.
Yeah, you can kind of see it from there. Switch over to the overhead and see how much, if any, there's very, very little view of the 5.
And this is tough. All of a sudden you're end-to-end kicking that ball and hoping to pocket the ball or hoping to get a lucky save. This is really challenging.
Totally.
You can try and short rail kick it, but I don't like that. It's just, I mean, millimeters at that point are huge. They
Yeah, I
turn.
mean, even if you're going to thin that 5, you're heading right towards that scratch in the corner pocket.
Yeah. Oh, are you saying like jack up a mass 8, or you're saying she's got a piece
No,
of it?
I think that if you look at the overhead,
She's just gonna what?
I think that you can pass that 9 and you can touch that just outside edge of that 5. But
She's
really,
lining up to shoot straight into the 9.
I'm really worried. Oh man.
There you go. And I think she was just trying to get that 9 on the rail towards the center, which is an interesting approach.
Well, now they have ball in hand. They have a 3 ball out.
Yep.
And no balls touching.
That's a move for sure. Saying, all right, run out. See what you can do.
Just get a little bit of an overhead real quick just to
Ryan
see what we're
is gonna
dealing
be
with.
thrilled to oblige.
So you can see the pattern development here.
So do you think he's just going to line up a little offline and push? Oh, I like that more too. Almost did the same thing. But yeah, I like this a lot. Push straight forward. He's trying to get her as close to that 8 ball as he possibly can. But again, that's something that I do. I try to get you close to this 8 ball, and I don't recognize that you're reached out more than you're comfortable with.
Totally, and we saw earlier how far back she took one of those reach shots.
Yeah.
So here,
She played with one of the longest bridges I've ever seen.
leaving that nice wedge. I mean, that's golden.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you hit this nice and easy, you just got to make sure you don't come back across.
Yeah, which view do you think gives you the best angle of it? That's a pretty good one right there.
Yeah, that's looking down the line of the 8 ball.
Yeah, kind of like
That's
how you
pretty
see,
sweet.
like with the cue underneath your
When
chin.
she shoots, though, I want to see the other angle.
Which one?
This one on the left here.
So I think this gives me an idea of what it's going to be like when I have my chin right there, what we saw earlier. Now you can see.
Yeah.
So are you playing more draw or are you playing more outside?
I'm
Or
playing.
equal on both.
I'm playing both. I want to hit enough draw
Oh,
to get
so-
past that side
So
pocket.
that was outside but no draw, correct?
Yep.
Because she wasn't able to drag the ball back.
I think people don't recognize that there's so much forward momentum there that you got to have that draw to stop it from traveling forward.
There you go, right there.
Are you banking this at the top right or bottom right?
Firing that ball right back to my right hand.
I think 90% of the people shoot this ball wide every time.
Look at that.
Oh my
Good.
gosh, look at that shot.
Had eyes.
Wow. Oh, what a bank. That was a great shot. Well, you find yourself amidst the 10%.
So
3-2.
on the hill of the double dip,
What a huge bank that was.
fair match is given 74 to 26% in
Man,
favor.
Brian has showed some really, really incredible poise. Sorry.
Yeah, this is a huge rack. I always say it's now or never.
Wow. I have no bias on who wins, but I tell you, I do want to see a hill-hill match again. That's my hope.
What do you
Man,
think? Do you like the view of someone breaking and looking at them from the rack point of view, or do you like to see them from the side to be able to see like their body mechanics more?
No, I like looking down the pike.
It's kind
I
of
love
cool
that.
because then you could see like head movement and you can kind of see
Yeah.
their breaking arm.
Totally.
So
Yeah, I love this view for breaking.
so
Oh, man. That's why I like to use the magic rack.
yeah, that's gonna be a rough rack there. What do you? Can you see that tangent line on the 1-8 by any chance?
Yeah, the 7 doesn't go. Maybe it does. I was looking at it from the screen, but I think it's pushing right into that foot rail, but it's hard to say. I'm playing safe from here. I'm thinning that one ball and then coming back across. I guess if you kiss off the 7, though, that's trouble.
Yeah, you also have the option of a push. Remember, this was the first shot after the break.
Pushes.
I push all the time
I
playing
know
Scotch.
you do. So do other good players. So does everybody but me. I guess I just have so much.
I just feel this could easily be a scratch in that upper.
Oh, you're
right
absolutely right. Man, drills it.
Corner. Whoa.
And we were right, it didn't go, but that second time around. Now can I play safe?
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about the save. Here we go.
But if you thin off this one ball, it's going straight at the pocket.
Yeah, I think I like this view better right here. You can kind of see how close you are to the balls. But
Do you? I like thinning off the underside of. Oh, he's playing safe. So he's going to thin off the 1, hope to make contact with the 6.
come up behind the 5. Oh man, look
Gonna
at that.
drill that one ball, like I said, and come
Whoa.
around for perfect shape on the. Oh no! I thought he was going right into the 3, and he was going to knock it free.
So you can definitely see a piece of the 2, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know if you can see a piece of it.
I don't think so.
I think it
Yeah,
looked like
from
it on the
here.
overhead, but then once you get into this view that she's at right now, it's
Yeah.
look how deceiving that is. That view, like if she steps out of the way one more time versus doesn't it look like it?
Mm-hmm.
You could totally get a piece of it there.
Yeah, it's wild.
I mean, look at that. Look at the difference there. You're like, oh yeah, all day you can touch that too. You could probably get a majority of that too.
Then you look down
Whereas
the barrel
here
and
you're like, what? No
can't
way.
see nothing. Are you 2-rail kicking this ball?
Man, 2-rail is just not my forte, but I feel like it's gonna give you the biggest window here.
The first thing I look for on these 2 rails is how I'm going to miss it. When I look at my natural line, I'm like, nope, it's going to go this way, and then I adjust accordingly. So she's shooting really close to that corner pocket. Look at that shot.
Nice.
Don't you dare scratch.
Oh,
Get
no.
out of there.
Oh,
Man, oh, man.
hanging on the edge of life right there.
That's huge. Hanging on there. We're not going to see a jump here, so we're going to see another kick. 'Cause I don't know. Maybe she can see edge of that 2 ball.
Yeah, I don't. It's hard. I mean, you could switch to the overhead, but like we said, it's a little bit.
No, I don't think she can see any of it.
Summerfield just keeps on standing up out of the booth, and he's about 15 feet tall, standing on this platform.
I'm wearing camouflage, Joe.
Yeah.
I blend right in.
Neon yellow. You're like a highlighter, a beacon of hope.
Thank you. That's how I like to think of myself. Yeah, she's going to kick right into this 2 ball. Good things can happen from there. Unfortunately, that pack is the only thing protecting from a run out right now. I like what she's doing, though. She's over there. She's drawn a center line. And I think she's just trying to make the movie in her mind.
So what are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish here? I mean, obviously you want to hit the 2 ball.
Ideally, I would like to hit the 2 thin to keep it in the pack there and come back over the rail. Honestly, I'd probably call a ref here too, because if you get between the 2-6, that's going to be tough to call. But I would want to hit the opposite side of the 2 ball. Oh, man.
Rough.
It's a tough one to judge. And truth to be told, I don't think that's really a bad shot at all. I mean, what does that get him? You got ball in hand here. You don't really have a play on the 9 ball. You can try and 3 foul.
Yeah,
Oh, is Scotty going to? I would absolutely call a ref here if he's trying to shoot that 9.
Let's leave it on the overhead because I feel like it's going to go as the best advantage on it.
Show him looking at it right there.
Got it.
Because I don't think he can make that without making contact with an 8 ball. All right, what's he doing now? Let's go back to the overhead. Oh, don't go in. That's such a good shot.
Oh my God. Oh, jeez. I think that
Joel
I thought
just
that
fell
was
out of his chair.
I
for
thought
the
that was
players there.
wiggling in. Did you see that last little
Totally.
rotation? I was like, what?
Yep. Man, and how are you hitting this ball? That's a tough hit.
All right, let's go to this one.
Think 2 rails?
Oh, me? No, I'm playing 1 rail.
What, between the 4-5 with some English? I mean,
Between the
that line between the
It's-
5-3
Yep.
is tough.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's not tough. I'm just saying that's
Dude.
what I got. I mean, I guess I could juice up and put left on it and play the 2 railer.
Yeah.
But then I could easily smash into that 8 ball.
And this is one of those shots, excuse me, where you just realize you got to take a shot. There's no safe shot here. There's no anything. I want to play an aggressive play, and I want to play to make this ball.
I just feel if I have to spin a ball, highly spin a ball, and I'm right next to that 8 ball, I just get the heebie-jeebies that I'm going to like bump the 8 or the 9 with my follow-through on my cue. Whereas even though that window is really tight on that 1 rail kick,
Mhm.
I feel like I have a much cleaner path with my cue.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Going back to it, looking at that 2 railer, right?
Yeah, I think you gotta consider the 2 railer. I mean, yeah, getting between that 5-3 without kicking off the rail and missing the 2 ball, that is tough. You do have to juice this ball up, though. Oh, he went the other way.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's hard to not go wide on that. Your ball is gaining so much English on that first rail you make contact with.
Totally. I mean, we try that one all the time. Whether you're playing 1 pocket and trying to beat Tony
Ooh-wee.
Johan, or playing bank pool.
Yep.
All right. So
All right, what's the
Going-
run out here?
going back to our layout. So he's swinging wide. Look, he's going to try and split that gap.
This is Florine. Step into the table.
Oh, yeah.
One of the reasons that overhead is so good for the pool game that's going on, but it's hard to.
Yeah, I thought I recognized the hand.
Gotcha. I know that hand anywhere. These hands.
So she's still looking at that similar angle. So do you think she's dragging off this with right, and she's going to try and get around that?
She's just laying up.
Definitely laid up.
It's a good line to get on the 4 ball. I mean, it's a little longer. Yeah, that's a great shot.
So
It's not forcing it.
Do you try and play that 3 and skim that rail going in, knowing that it's going to be forgiving, as
Yes.
opposed to trying to get as close to the 5 as possible and maybe hitting the 5?
I would rather play how I naturally do, which is probably skimming the side rail, which is not the way to play it.
But you're not going to smash it. You're going to ease it in there, right?
Oh, absolutely. Because you can overrun this ball really easily, too. Look at that.
Just like that. So skimmed it going in.
Dude, terrific shot. He's got Florine a little bit straight here and a little close to the rail. So, I mean, just pushing forward, she's kind of going right at that 5 ball. I'd like to see her jack up a little bit to be able to punch around that 5.
Just
But
kind of stun it over.
yeah. And
Just
does
like that.
perfectly. Nudges that
Nice.
5 ball. Great shot.
So how do you get back to the 6?
I mean, you can force it all you want, but I'd like off that side rail, draw back with some outside, get back to a space where it's easy for her to make it. You can pocket that 6 from anywhere on the bottom half of that table, and you can pocket the 8 from
Look at
most
that.
anywhere on the table.
Totally aware of his shirt, just trying to like be really careful.
Yeah, that's smart.
Knowing that he's stretched out.
And I mean, if you make this cut, you're going hill. This is a big one. Do you like to spin around 2 rails for this?
I think I'm playing this that weird inside like you were talking about earlier, and I'm just trying to come up between that 8 and 9.
I like that. I just have to hit that shot a little more firm. Look at that shot. Man, oh man. Good shooting.
Combination of the two almost.
Totally. Scotty's going to drill this, and
So
she should be pretty straight on this
Just
shot.
jacked up, nice and easy, nothing special. Just
Nothing.
roll it in and
Roll it in.
let her roll it right back at you. Nice.
And Florine looking great here in this 9 ball. Can't ask for much more from your partner.
Roll, we're going hill on the double dip.
Yeah, and this is a tense moment. You can see this is a big shot for her, and she knows it. Oh,
Great.
kind of short stroked it, but right in the back of the pocket. Hill. So many hills. Double hill match. This is a $2,000 game. 670. $1,330 in total prize money for these two teams.
Let's take a look at this
Sorry,
rack.
3,300.
Let's take a look at this rack overhead, because you were just talking about it. Remember the last one? You were saying how you would prefer the magic rack?
Mm-hmm.
It's so interesting, some of these spots, how they're worn, they're not worn. And then using that diamond rack, how I'm seeing that there's certain gaps. So do you feel that a lot of people are preferring the traditional rack because of those gaps? They're able to get more movement on the 9 ball?
Do I think that their intention is to move the 9 ball and not to pocket the wing ball and control the 1 ball?
No, I'm saying because of the gaps created by not using the magic rack, do you think that people are preferring that, knowing that there's gaps, that it's not as tight of a rack, because they're probably going to get more movement on the 9?
To be honest, I don't think that a lot of the players are playing the gap. I don't think it's an intentional thing. I think they may like the reaction because these are multi-inning games. I mean, snapping the 9 even means more in these games than it does in higher level games.
So are you anti-push here again, or?
No, I'm not pushing this at all. Staying at the table. Jump it in and run out. No, I'm probably going to push. But I don't know if I can, let's see. Body on the right. No, I'm not going to.
You're not going to what?
I might look at darting this, but this is, if I'm Sheldon LeBeau, I'm jumping this. But I'm not Sheldon LeBeau. What are you doing? You're pushing? I just feel like when I push, I'm going to give my opponent the opportunity to do what I wanted to do the whole time, which is either play a safety shot. And maybe I'm just not a smart enough player to know where to push to.
I think I'm pushing to a back bank. So I'm gonna
Pushing
push.
all the way down to that head rail.
Yep.
I like that. That was the first push that I thought about.
Leave the back bank. I mean, I always try and talk to my partners and say, let's strategically leave ourselves a shot that we want, that we have a feeling they're not going to want.
What about pushing towards the foot rail, leaving the one pretty straight on the 1 ball, knowing that they are going to want to shoot and knowing they're going to have a really hard time getting back for the 2?
I like setting those traps. I feel like when you leave someone a really easy push, but you're kind of foreseeing 2 or 3 balls down the line, that a lot of times that works out. I mean,
Yep.
People, it's really hard to pass on a ball that you know you can make.
Yeah. In her case, Scotty jumps pretty well. Do you think she considered, oh my gosh. Now, can you tell me if you push and you scratch, it's ball in hand, but does their opponent still have the option to take it or give it back? Can they give back ball in hand?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that.
Not saying it'd come up, but I am curious. There's old Ray Cunningham right there. I'm going to ask him after this match. We'll have to see. Takes it. And look at that.
Handles
Holy
business.
drills the bank.
Oh, no
Wow.
reward.
Brian bank at Burkett. That was gorgeous. Definitely no payoff. That's brutal, but I'm really impressed with the way he banks that ball. Might have another player for your ring game there, Joel.
Well, you've seen Patricia. I mean, she's played quite a few kicks here.
She has.
It's not foreign to her. Look at, she's already looking at
Mm-hmm.
two rail. She has a strong grasp of playing multi-rail kicks.
Two railers there. The one railer is tough.
Yeah, because
I think I'm playing one rail here, though.
it's that back of the ball symptom again.
Yeah.
That could easily come off the back of the two and scratch.
Yeah, she likes the two railers. I like that.
So if this were you jumping?
If I can reach it. Yeah, I'm jumping that. I'm going to dowel jump that from a ways away. Free bridge. It's got a great chance at a hit.
Backside of that too, it looks like to me. Right there.
Oh. Yeah, exactly what you were talking about.
It's just so
Yeah.
common. I think people just misjudge. They think it's going to come off at a different angle than it does.
You think it's because it slips so much at that wide angle off the rail?
I don't know what it is. I've been trying to figure it out for years.
I don't think what
I constantly do it.
I think it
myself.
comes out way wider because it slips so much off that rail. But I also think there's so much of that ball that you can hit and still scratch. Think about the angle coming off of that ball, how shallow it is, and it can slip off the rail and into the pocket for sure.
So we're at Hill.
7 balls left.
$670 game. Prestige of either being
So awesome.
double dipping or putting up a huge fight. We are at I don't know. Looking at the pattern myself, ball in hand. I'd want like 10 minutes to dissect this one myself. Luckily, we're on a bathroom break. I think I'm playing 2-ball to this lower side pocket that we're sitting on now. I think I'm playing 4-ball up into my right-hand lower corner, making sure that I give myself enough room to play the 5-ball in the opposite side, leaving myself an angle on the 6 into that lower left corner. I think I'm going to hit that with a touch of outside, come up towards the 2, but moving towards center table.
What are you doing?
I was working on my run out.
Will you start it over for me? Sorry.
I'm hard.
I'm the worst.
I was saying I'm taking ball in hand. I think I'm playing the 2 down to this lower side pocket,
Mm-hmm.
giving myself an angle to hit a follow shot on the 4 to the lower right corner,
Uh-huh.
making sure I leave myself enough angle to get past that 8-ball. And I'm going to play the 5 in the side, upper side. Then I'm going to play the 7 in that lower left corner with a touch of outside, which is going to move my cue ball up towards center table, but close to that 2-ball.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to play the 7 in the lower right corner. I'm going to play the 8 in that upper side, and then I'm going to play the 9 in the top left corner.
I'm starting out the same way.
I think,
I might have an answer to my question here. I'll be right
I think
back.
the hardest shot for me would be probably getting from the 5 to the 6, but making sure I leave myself an angle on the 7. Yeah, that would be a good screenshot. I'm sure that if the players could take this one home with them, because whoever is taking ball in hand on this is going to be a huge pattern to develop. I mean, it could obviously change at any point in time, but having that idea in your mind.
So I'm starting out the same as you. I'm playing the 2 in that lower side pocket. I'm going to try and... Yeah, I guess I want to get far enough down on the 4-ball that I can carry straight through the 4-ball to leave myself a cut on the 5. I'm going to try and cut the 5 in the side, miss the 9, go to the foot rail and back up for the 6 ball.
So that's where we're different because I was going to try and hold.
You're going to try and hold and
Yeah, 'cause
not.
I'm going to leave myself.
Ooh.
I'm going to leave myself a almost a straight shot. I'm going to follow through the 4 and almost leave myself a straight shot, 5 in the side, as opposed to you leaving a bigger angle because you're going to come off the 5 down between the 2-9, correct?
How many of these players do you think have the control? Because to underroll that, you don't leave a shot. And to overroll it, it means you're not going to be able to stop anymore. You're going to be drifting behind the 9. I would just play for the larger gap in the table, seeing that.
Yeah, but I think what you're saying is that even if you took ball in hand
Mm-hmm.
on the 5 and said, okay, I'm going to cut this 5 ball in the side and I'm going to split that 2-9 gap to be able to get shape on the 6.
The 2's gone. 2's not on the table anymore.
Oh, yeah. That's true. That changes everything.
And if I had ball in hand, that's one thing. I'm just saying I don't think a lot of players can control to get barely past that 7-8. I think that's tricky. This is the big one though. Here is to orient himself correctly for her to hit a simple shot to run
The
out.
follow on the 4.
Yeah, that's totally the right shot right there. Hopefully Patricia's just gonna, and I mean, I just want to overrun this instead of underrun it. Overrun and you're still shooting. Underrun and you're in trouble. Straight through that baby. Look at that shot.
Nice.
And
look at that
exactly
angle
like you
talked
said,
about.
that's perfect. So you're saying you want to stop right here? Because where?
Well, before I was building my run because my 2 was still there in my mind. But now that the 2's not there, you have plenty of room to open up off that 7 ball.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I pretty much want to stop right there.
Are you taking the 7 in the upper right-hand corner?
Lower,
you pop lower right.
Yeah.
That's what I'd prefer to do too, but if in the name of not moving the cue ball very much, I mean, if you stop here and then just kind of slide draw back, gave her a perfect angle. That's awesome.
So
At this
now-
point, she
now
can just draw back.
You're coming off of the right side of the 6 to open up for the 7.
Uh-huh.
And are you going to play the 7 in the upper corner? Or are you playing it in the
I would
lower
still,
right?
no, I would still punch and I would want to play it in the lower right, but I think the shot for her right now might be leaving to play the 7 in the upper right. She just wants to play nice and easy. She's just trying to pocket that ball.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, definitely not. I'm
But-
congratulating her on her good decision making.
If I'm shooting off the rail for $670 right here on this long,
This is
kind
such
of
a big shot.
straight in-ish cut,
Dude,
I'm shaking in my boots. I'm actually going to take a break
it's a
right
scary
now.
shot. They just took a break.
Yeah, but I have
No
to go
more
to the
breaks to
bathroom
take.
instantly.
You're going to number 1 or number 2?
I'm going to go out to the hallway and
Look
a-
at that shot.
do a jumping jack.
Look at that shot.
Heck yeah.
Oh
drills
my
it.
God. Scotty Cummings.
This
Holy
shot,
cow.
this shot is almost harder than that last shot.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
For me,
100% no. But we're playing it different because I'm cutting this in the side.
that's what I'm saying.
You don't have to do
That's what I'm saying.
anything. All you got to do is run straight up and down.
And I've seen you hook me so many times because you underhit it or overhit it, and I'm way the heck up.
When has that
table.
ever happened for hundreds of dollars? Don't you dare bring it up. Look at, dude, hold up, sugar. Hold up.
There's Joel down on the foot rail shooting a
Scotty going to fire this
$670.
ball again? He fired that 7 ball. There was no hesitation.
He's not hesitating at all. Look at this.
He's got that long bridge like he breaks off the rail. Look at
Boom.
that. No
Nice
way. What a
shots.
win. What an exciting match. That has been insane. Holy cow. Congratulations to both these teams. That is huge.
I mean, that is the type of final you want to see.
Dude.
So we had a double dip attempt in silver.
Yeah.
We had a double dip attempt in gold. What happened in platinum earlier with Lingelbach and
Lingelbach ran away. They definitely played really strong.
do we know what happened with bronze?
No. I don't.
Well, thank you so much for listening and viewing with
Thanks
us.
for tuning in. Stay tuned for a quick interview with these guys. We're going to try and catch both sets of players before they take off.
We have a huge week of pool ahead of us. Singles starting tomorrow. There'll be live streaming all the way through Sunday evening.
test. Are you getting anything?
We're setting up for a post-match interview. Summerfield has the microphone out. I'm just trying to make sure that we have the right view. Looks like he's going to get a interview with our runners-up, Brian and Patricia. Thanks again for tuning in. It's been a pleasure interacting with you on the chat. We really hope you enjoy what you're seeing. Big shout out to the staff here, keeping us filled up with water, emptying the trash cans, making sure there's concessions for all these players. We do have 74 diamonds in one room here in Lincoln City at the 2019 Western BCA 9-Ball Championships. That was our last Scotch doubles match for this event, making that transition into singles tomorrow. Plenty of pool up ahead of us this week. Looks like Summer's over here working out some details of the interview. Please bear with us.
This is Summerfield Habner and Railbirds TV coming to you live with Brian and Patty, who just took second place in this silver division Scotch doubles final. That now I'll be able to remember. That was one of the most incredible finals I've ever gotten to watch. I'm just so impressed with both of your play. How do you guys feel like you played?
We played well. We played very well together.
In my book, we won. We won.
Yeah.
That's so awesome to hear. And I think everybody that played here won. I mean, that was some of the best pool I've seen played on this table in a long time. You guys,
Fun. If you can't have fun and enjoy the game, there's no place on the table for you. You have to enjoy the game and have fun.
That's a fact. That's true.
now you guys are from a little town, you said Moses Lake?
Moses Lake, Washington, and Ephrata, Washington. And we have a great bunch of pool players in both towns.
Yeah.
It's just, we play hard and we love to play. So
And we have fun.
here we are.
I can tell you do. You got some big-hearted pool players with some big strokes as well. You guys had a controversy in that first set, and one of the things that impressed me the most about the entire thing was your ability to play on, to get over it and to move past it.
It's a game to have fun.
That's right.
There's no stress involved in a game that you enjoy. So
Brian, I saw you walk up and shake Scotty's hand between sets, and I saw you guys hugging going into it, and I was just like, this is what pool's all about. We were talking about the pros having something to learn from you guys. So
Thank you.
it
Thank
was
you.
a pleasure to watch you guys. Do you guys have anybody you want to say hi to at home?
Of course, my mom and dad, my kids who are watching, and all the family and friends that were watching us.
yeah, and my son Chris and his wife Jennifer in Ephrata. Hi guys.
That's great. Congratulations on a wonderful tournament to both of you guys. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You have a great day.
You too. All right, welcome your Silver Division Scotch Doubles champions from this Western BCA Regional Tournament. How do you guys feel right now?
I feel fantastic. Unbelievable.
What a barn burner.
I was scared that last shot. I was scared.
Well, you didn't show it. You shot great. You were talking a lot about it. You laid up when you needed to and you shot when you needed to. I was very impressed with both of your games. How'd you feel after that first set coming into the second?
Little down after the first set, but regrouped, came back at it strong, and
I'll bet you wish you could have opened it up with a 9-ball break, don't you?
oh, I think I did.
I ordered that 9-ball break.
She made me do it.
Man, I'm gonna get your number. Hopefully you can order one tomorrow for me too.
I don't know what to feel
Yeah. Well, it's a huge win. Congratulations. I was telling these guys the quality of play today was just phenomenal. All you guys should be real proud.
I'm proud of her.
Yeah.
So proud.
Do you,
Never shot together before.
No.
Ever. We live in the same town. We've never shot together.
We didn't practice 1 minute before we came down together.
well, you heard it here first. That's the secret. Not practice and don't play together. Is there anybody at home you guys want to say hi to?
Give a big shout out to my squirty. Love you, sweetie.
Thank you, honey, for all the time you let me come down here. We've had nothing but fun. To all the Quinaults that I represented, yes.
And all the guys from Max 3. Wolfpack.
Yes. And Foggies.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations to you both. A huge win. Good luck the rest of the tournament. Thanks for taking the time.